low-key GOAT. Underrated. Ahmed Johnson should be in the Hall of Fame, SP3. I'm tired of people, the work rate community, talking about how he couldn't work. What 305-pounder can do a plancha? Huh? Samoa Joe, he's wrestling today. Apparently, he's 305 pounds. He can't do a plancha. But you know who did a plancha? Ahmed Johnson. And he had one of the best finish in the business. In 1995, how many people did a Tiger Driver on American TV?
Dude, what the fuck? I just got here and you're what are you talking about right now?
I'm talking about an underrated GOAT in Ahmed Johnson, SP, and top guy.
Dude, why? Why is this so? What happened? Did you just wake up with these Ahmed Johnson and Goldust fucking dreams from 1996, and all of a sudden you just started goating him?
He made valid points, but before we go live, Sat, we want to let you know we do kind of like this rotating door of guests usually, but you're the exception to the rule. You can stay on however long you want. You can stay through WWE, AEW, New Japan. You can give us your matches of the week. You can stay however long you want.
Oh, the pressures. Listen, I've been on this show before. I've been to the end before, but that was like a year ago. And I'm hearing that you guys are on for like 5-hour marathons trying to outlast.
Sad. Just know we're black. All right, just know we're black, right? So you know the first thing that he did, right, is that he gave you exit points to when you can leave.
Okay.
So he invited you, but he de-invited you at the same time.
How did I de-invite him?
Like so basically he's given you the entry, like he gave you the link and said at whatever point, because we don't want you here for the whole stream, you can bounce at any point you want.
Got it.
I'm just letting you know that's color people code. Whenever we start to, when we bring somebody to the crib for a barbecue, right? Yeah. We don't tell somebody this is when we're serving food, this is when we're serving drinks, this is when it ends. But this nigga here is gonna be like, this is you can stay up to this subject, up to this subject.
So anyway, yeah, you can stay however long you want, however many topics you want, and it usually goes like 2 to 3.5 hours ish.
My missus asked me how long. I said, hey, it's not Grab City. I'll be in for like probably a couple of hours, maybe. There we go. Hours. I said it, but yeah, I'm to make it hungry because it's the kitchen, and then I got my niece here as well, and my daughter walks now, and she talks and she does things.
Well, so we're gonna do all that catching up, folks. This is Tru Heel Heat 235. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tru Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is Tru Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Tru Heel Heat 235 Blood Slam Grade 1 Judgment, discussing the latest wrestling news, including a crazy busy week in AEW with Blood and Guts 3, and whether it lived up to the stipulation in the past matches. We will discuss that. We will also be discussing, can the Bloodline be actually replaced by the Judgment Day based on the latest reports. We will have a recap of this week in wrestling as per usual, with Dynamite, Blood and Guts, with Collision from last week, Rampage, Battle of the Belt, WWE Smackdown, Raw, NxT, the latest in the G1 Climax 33 tournament for New Japan Pro Wrestling, last night's ROH Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, RoHTV on Honor Club, AAA Triplemania, Tijuana, and Impact Slammiversary, plus Impact on Access TV, and we will give our match of the week picks for this crazy busy week of a lot of professional wrestling. And as always, I am joined here by the president of Titan Nation. Not as always, but for 2 weeks straight. So it feels like always. It is Top Guy JJ. How you doing?
Oh, the son of a bitch finally brings me back on screen after exposing him for telling truths. And mind you, we weren't even supposed to fucking be live at that point. All we was doing was just chopping it up, talking shit. And he just decides to hit the record button and then hates when I give him truth. And then he kicks me off the fucking screen. This is typical 2019 SP3. This is typical 2019 crybaby. This guy talks too much, so I'm gonna get my way, hit the mute button, kill his mic, and then we can move on. Just formally introduce y'all to SP from 4 years ago.
How can it be 2019 SP3 when I had no control over the mics back then?
Yeah, you had some control over some mics back then. You had control over editing shows and all of that shit when we were live. All of a sudden, I would see clips that we fucking had back and forth that just all of a sudden disappeared and shit, and it had nothing to do with anybody. This just happened because God did it. God did, and it just happened because of that. You know, just know this motherfucker, this guy right here, this guy's a snake. Just letting y'all know this right now.
Why are you so hostile this morning?
Why
are you so hostile?
Just before people be like, yo, Top Guy hates SP. First of all, the man's a great father. He's probably a great person to all of y'all except me. But for some reason, he has a vendetta against me. And you know what? He has me here 2 weeks in a row, so he wants to figure out a way to fucking torture me for the 2 weeks that he has me here. Talking about finally, always, and all of this other shit. Like, he can't fucking find a way to not throw me under a bus as soon as we start a show. Okay, that was the introduction. Cool. Let's go.
That's Top Guy JJ, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you're like, I wish this guy was on all the time, but he can't. Sat is here. You hear him over on WrestleTalk every single Sat-E day, giving you the news on the WrestleTalk main channel, giving you the Smackdown review over on the WrestleTalk podcast channel. If you are in the UK, you can hear him on the radio. This man is multifaceted, multi-digital. Hush money god, Sat-E Niangi. My Mocha brother is back. How you doing, brother?
I had to come and say hello to my mentor, the man that taught me everything I know, SP3. SP3 put me over. Listen, you and Alex McCarthy, I say it. Me doing shows with SP3 is when I got to be free as a bird and discover who I are doing podcasting and talking about wrestling. So I always like coming back. This is family. Top Guy JJ is always a treat. Most of the time I see is always like cameos. You're either like traveling from work or at work. So it's good to have you here in a long, extended period of time. I'm not starting. I'm giving you flowers.
So over this shit just started. Why am I getting thrown under the bus by both people? Like, where's Krssi for fuck's sakes? Like, I was about to just say all the nice things in the world about my man Sat-E, because I haven't seen him in forever. He's like, oh, he's only here for cameos. He's only here when he fucking wants to. Like,
I didn't say that. It's like, you're busy. Aren't you a busy man? Aren't you a busy man?
Then SP pays him and says he taught him everything he know. and you got Alex McCarthy literally down the block from you. Like what kind of shit is this?
First of all, he does not pay me. He gave me free tuition. So I paid him back with free appearances. I got free tuition, so this is free appearances. This is quick pro, as it's call it. So yeah, listen. I'm sorry. I'm always a part of SP3. I miss working with him every single week. So this is like Christmas or birthdays or Kwanzas or Easters.
This is Tru Heel Heat, not Tru Heel Friends.
Babyface energy, baby. Babyface energy.
That is the ultimate babyface. Trust me.
If he's coming in here,
I'm not, you know,
smiling and waving and shit.
I'm a piece of shit. But I'll smile on your face, being a piece of shit.
Oh my God.
He's got that great smile. That great smile.
I'm thinking my man is about to bring the flavor and the heat, and he comes on talking like scripts.
I am.
Mention
your boy Austin Theory, then I'll bring some heat. The mid-ass motherfucker.
Oh, damn. There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into your wrestling news. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Remember, show y'all appreciation back by dropping a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to help out what we do here at the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, you can do that in the simplest way possible with a super chat donation. You just hit the $sign at the bottom of the comments, and any dollar amount we will highlight on screen. Or you can go to the other side of the comments and you can hit that join button and become a member of the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, like our good friend Vala B over here, who says welcome. He also says stream just started abruptly. Yes, that's what you should expect.
That was a throwback. If y'all don't remember, that was new to a lot of you guys. That's kind of like been here for a couple years. Basically, if y'all been here since the pandemic, that was new to y'all. But I'm telling y'all, when we were live, when we were all together, that shit would start out of nowhere. We have no idea what we talking about. Krssi be eating chicken fingers and French fries. Her mouth be fucking full of food, and she be wondering why the fuck we be going live to start when she can't even respond to shit because she's fucking stuffing her face before the show starts because she just worked 11 hours. So that was just a piece of what we used to be like 4 or 5 years ago. Just saying that shit, you know, those were some good times. So just give y'all a little throwback.
And then I passed that over to me and Seth when we used to do Mocha Mondays, and those used to just be a bunch of fun. Just figuring stuff out on the fly.
I keep that energy to this day. You see it in the news and you see it in the podcasting. That's the energy I keep, man. That spontaneous, fun energy. I can't be constrained. I can't be another corporate puppet. I can't be a robot. I can only be me. Gosh.
They can't put the tape in the back and be like, press play. Oh, no.
They ain't holding us back no more.
No.
Too much personality right there, folks.
Too much charisma. I'm overflowing and spilling, for goodness sake.
Oozing machismo and charisma.
Machismo. Yeah, always, man. Hear me out.
Oh, wait, Negro Buck says, "Oh shit, stream just started on my end. What's up, guys?" I love how
it just started. No, it just started. No, we immediately went live as soon as YouTube made it available to the public. We were live immedially.
Not really. We're 11:08, but we're close enough.
I'm just once YouTube let us go live, we were all on screen immediately.
Oh yeah.
Instead of the long introduction and the countdown and all that shit, no, in your face as soon as it starts. So if you miss it, rewind it and then catch up.
We got Negro Buck saying, "Damn, we got Top Guy JJ 2 weeks in a row. Sick."
I mean, I did hold up my end of the bargain. I did hold up my end of the bargain. I told you I was doing this for missing June because I missed June. I said I got to give y'all back-to-back weeks. And mind y'all, I got a fucking flight to catch in like 6 hours. So
this guy, dedication.
So as soon as this shit is over, I got to finish packing my shit. I'm not going to turn it, but I literally got a stockpile of shit that I just got to literally throw in a suitcase and then book it out of here because I got to get on the road as soon as this is over.
Yeah, Vala B says we got the camera in the gorilla position. Yeah, that felt like a gorilla position.
That it was. It really was. Good call.
Vala B also saying, damn, that was cold when I kicked Top Guy JJ to the curb. Top Guy JJ in the chat saying, fuck this guy. We also got him saying he hates when I exposed him. We also got Negro Buck saying, what's up, SP3 and Top Guy? Welcome back to the show, Set. We got Annika who says Set E, so everyone is happy to see Set E on the show. We got Negro Bug who says love to see all the melanin on my screen. Yes, all this for you. And we also got Annika who says Set E is family now. He knows this is Top Guy and SP3's love language arguing. Yes.
Yeah, I used to love it until he got fucking bought out. Until he became fucking Shane McMahon in Panama and just literally got fucking bought out. Like got purchased and got sent somewhere to give a live walking advertisement.
We need to ease Top Guy. We need to ease Top Guy JJ here.
His cash app. I ain't gonna front. Sat E's cash app must be flowing right now. It's flowing right now.
We need to bring in the person outside of Sat that people came here to see, because we did very well on last week's show. We did a lot of viewers, but we couldn't match what we did the last time she was on the show, because she is the draw of this show. She's the princess of all the Tru Heels, Miss Krssi Luv.
Thank God!
Good
Thank
morning.
God.
Good morning. Excuse my tardiness. Hi, Stat-E. Hello. Good afternoon, friend. How's the baby? How's everybody doing?
Baby's an infant. She's walking. She said the first word. The first word's hello.
Oh.
Hello. She repeats it over again, and that's what she knows. Hello. All right.
Oh, that
starting
is
at the basics.
Starting
at the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she's a big baby.
Yes.
She started walking. Listen, first steps are 10 months. Walking full time at 11, and by the time she turned 1, she's strutting in a tutu.
I love it. I love all of that. So happy to see you, friend. I hope all is well. Hi, JJ. Love you, boo.
What's up,
Miss
girl?
you.
Finally got somebody that I can relate to on screen. I miss you so much. I don't know about these two scumbags right here to my I guess on screen. My on screen
I did come from scum. I did come from scum. I was processed by scum. So I'll give you that. It's scientific.
Krssi, this man kicked me out 3 minutes into unofficial on air time.
Why? Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't speak because I'm late, and you know.
But no. You know what? I'm just because SP got he bought out Sat-E. And he all of a sudden gives SP these ringing endorsements that he taught him everything he knows, and all that face bullshit.
He did.
Sat-E's the one that brings the heat, and then all of a sudden he's coming here like a fucking Teletubby and shit.
Is that true, SP?
Wait. SP did teach SP. Did you not take the rookie under your wing and help mold him in how to do podcasting? How to do segues?
You were doing very well for yourself, and it was like when Cody Rhodes teamed up with Hardcore Holly. I just had veteran experience, and I helped Cody get to the next level.
Oh, that's beautiful. Love it.
I'm just a reliable hand.
Making me sick.
I'm just a reliable hand compared to this star right here. This star. You guys do this like a living thing. You guys do this every day. This is the other star here. This star right here, Miss Krssi.
No, she is the star.
Yes, yes. Oh, hell, the queen.
Oh, thanks,
Bow
guys.
Down.
Good morning to the chat. Hi, friends. I was gone, but I'm back again. Hey, y'all. I'm here.
Roman Reigns schedule, y'all. Don't worry.
Don't do that. No,
I mean,
I was here for like a whole month and a half.
You missed last week, and
that's just 1 week.
And I miss a lot of time.
So you have the Roman schedule, not me.
No, he has the Brock schedule. I have a Brock schedule.
Okay,
that's already been claimed.
Okay,
that's already been claimed.
I have the Sergeant Slaughter schedule.
Wow.
Dust me off and just throw me out there.
We even got Sat in the chat sharing the love. We got MCAS who says on the road to 8K, the THH revolution continues. Indeed,
wait,
it does.
Wait, 8,000. Wait, how many?
That's crazy.
We're at 7.8. 7.8 right now.
7.81 actually. It's pretty
what?
wild. So
Oh
literally, by you guys' episode next week, y'all might be at 8K. Like,
well, I maybe not, because we have so many other shows on this platform that just does not just do just this. So it might just go up before that. We have the G1 climax that is happening right now, and my guys are all like reviewing it and showing it and whatnot. So I don't do that part. They do that. I just give my predictions and just keep it pushing.
You just know it's not a porno anymore.
I know it's not a porno anymore. They didn't have it on Thursday yet, so it's probably on the following Thursday. So it's fine.
There you go. They had highlights of an old one. They had Hiroki Goto versus Kenny Omega.
I didn't watch that one. I missed it. I
watched it. Classic stuff.
I'll look for it next time.
We got MCATS in the chat who says SP3, bring in Righteous Reg and kick Top Guy JJ to the curb. The disrespect is too much to take. Thank you.
I don't know who Righteous Reg is, but we have to authorize that first of all. MCAS.
That's a good idea.
You see, and this is why I won't be back until fucking August. So I won't be back until. It might fucking take August off. All this fucking disrespect. Come here for a couple weeks and these motherfuckers talking about kicking me to the curb. You're a viewer, so I'm gonna try to compose myself to you because I haven't seen your name in chat before, so I don't want to lose you as soon as you join.
There you go.
So,
thinking.
See?
Now you're thinking.
Let me see. Woosah through the AirPods.
Vala B with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Vala B. Letting the others show the others how to do it. As always, he says, drop in that super chat money to make up to being demonetized right from the start. Sub Top Guy JJ SP3 and Hush Money God Sat. Happy to see y'all. I swear you have a new gimmick every time you're on this show, Sat. Explain to us what the Hush Money God is.
Oh, I make hush money. I make money by not saying anything.
Yeah, he makes money without even saying anything to anyone. You don't know that?
Exactly. I go off on physical charisma. That's what I do. I should be doing this. Smelling cash.
I want to see you do a whole WrestleTalk news video without saying a word.
I would love to. That would be great. Just physical mannerisms. That's the way I'll get away with doing it. Yeah. Hush money, you know what?
It's a story about Cody Rhodes, so you have to do the...
Listen, I was Black Sabre Jr. for a bit. I was Black Sabre Jr. I had a good run with Black Sabre Jr. But one of my wrestling brothers, Del Boy, he's Knack Sabre Jr. So to kill the confusion, I decided to give up the moniker. But I love being Black Sabre. I was going to be Black Sabre Senior, but I was like, nah, hush money. Shh.
This man right here, the gimmick king. Him and Chris Jericho, they're still competing.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jericho. Listen to what Jericho.
Already.
And listen, when Alex Marvez went, the hottest angle in AEW. Who said
the hottest story? The hottest story in AEW.
I don't know. Who said that? Don Callis is the hottest story. The other guy, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
He's trying to be a part of the hottest story in AEW.
Hey man, it's trying to give him the rub.
He needs the rub because his thing is petered out. Look what the storylines they had in the JAS. Is Sammy going to leave? Is Daniel going to come to his kind of snap out of it?
Don't care.
I'm tired. I'm tired of this group thing. So I'm gonna go over there. Good luck, guys. I love you. Bye. Who does that?
I've never had three. I've never seen three stories that I don't give a fuck about from one group. You had the Jake Hager story. Don't give a fuck if you want to stay or go. You got Daniel Garcia and fucking Sammy Guevara coming out to separate entrances, and they're trying to make. Don't give a flying fuck about any of that. You
better give a fuck about Daniel Garcia, the dancing machine. That dance is getting over. That dance is getting
no. I'm talking about
Is Alex right?
Not Daniel Garcia. What he does when he comes out. I'm talking about all this shit involving JAS. all this shit involving JAS. They just need to kill it. Just kill the group. Kill the group. Capiche it. Goodbye.
Yes.
He did this. He did a shimmy into the Shibata cross sit down position last night. Gold. One of my favorite stories I've seen all year in the ring. Shibata versus Garcia. Go out of your way to see it.
I never thought, Daniel Garcia would be the modern day Alex Wright. Great technical wrestler with great dancing skills, but look where we are today.
It has more layers though, because it's about a guy who's a natural pro wrestler, who's trying to embrace sports entertaining, and that's what made that matchup with Shibata so much gold. Because you have dancing pro wrestler versus you have dancing sports entertainer versus serious pro wrestler. It made for a gold just vibe to that matchup there. We do have another super chat donation here from the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, who says, for Krssi, missed you, beautiful. So showing Krssi love. She stepped away for a moment. She will be back with us. Another one for Miss Krssi Luv. We got Vala B, who says, didn't know Krssi was also going to be on the show. Deserves her own super chat. Happy to see the whole gang here. You got the whole gang.
Krssi said like $4 since being on the show, baby. Woohoo! Let's go.
What? Krssy's literally only been here for possibly 10 minutes.
She's a star. She's generating the funds.
Yep. Already more.
And that Venmo better all go to her.
Well, I am some type of a draw, so it's fine.
This is true.
Some type. You being too generous to your own comments.
You are the draw.
You know how mad I was that you wasn't here last week?
I'm sorry, friend.
Maddie made it better for him. Shout out to Maddie.
Maddie was great
for being on the show. She was awesome. Shouts out to Justin for being on the show. So yes, but let's get into things. We do got to start off by shouting all of y'all out and showing y'all love for what y'all show to us across social media with our Tru Heel Roll Call, our top 3 conversation starters, the Tru Heel Trinity over on our group page. We got Patrick Eagle, we got Nick Jackson, the Negro Buck at number 2, and number 1, I believe for the first time, he's been number 2, number 3, Stewie Palmer. So congratulations to Stewie Palmer, number 1 conversation starters on our Tru Heels group page. Our Patreon backers, we got Vala B, who's in the chat with us, ALW, who I've seen in the chat, the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, Alex McCarthy, Professor Chris, Austin K, Blue, Robert, Steve, Antoine, 5th Generation Carney, Ladarius, John, Dan, Kobe, Dolores, John Martin, DJ Eric, Beat Boop, Marcus Ryan, Justin Rich, James, Alan Banky, and Santo. Thank you so much for being Patreon backers. We appreciate each and every one of you. But let's get into what we missed from this past week. And it's a lot of wrestling that we missed. But we'll start with AEW Dynamite.
Wait, hold on. So pause real quick. Hold on. You just sparked something. So you said Stewie Palmer is the first time in the number 1 in the Tru Heel Heat roll call? First time?
Yes, first time.
So let's make this. So Stewie, you do that 3 times in a row, you'll get 3rd prize sent right to you.
Congrats, Stewie. Look at you.
Do that twice. So
Stewie, you're married.
So the gang is gonna have to keep me updated because I won't see it. But for the next 2 weeks, if Stewie Palmer is number 1, I'm sending prize number 3 straight to you.
Look at that. He's already given things out after his nice little description of everything where he talked about stinky ha-has last week. Congratulations, top guy. Great start. Better start than last week.
Listen. I hope that was a very, very valuable lesson in the ha-ha section. Because
stinky ha-has. Stinky ha-has. You don't want your missus to have a stinky ha-ha. That's what we learned last week on Tru Heel Heat.
It was so fun. Oh, it was so fun. Y'all have no idea. But it's okay. Yes,
anywho,
and Vala B is kind of commenting that yes. Damn, can y'all just let me think, Vala B, for a second? Just let a brother think.
Oh man, we got Vala B actually wear that stinky haha t-shirt.
That's our producer in the back.
Hey, you got
our producer in the back. Our producer in the back is the genius in that department.
He thought we were playing. He thought we were joking last week. He's like, I got to get to work. But yes, we got AEW Blood and Guts from this past Wednesday, one of the biggest episodes of AEW Dynamite of the year. And of course, it featured the titular Blood and Guts matchup that turned into a thrilling, violent, and bloody war with the Golden Elite defeating the Blackpool Combat Club, overcoming bed of nails and glass and thumbtacks and tables and going on top of the whole entire cage. They survived it all. Kota Ibushi making the save for the crew very late into the matchup, breaking up submissions, even doing a moonsault on Mox on a bed of nails. But the real X factor was the fact that Blackpool Combat Club lost members in this matchup as Pac walked out on Team BCC, and Konosuke Takeshita soon followed after he realized hope was all lost as the Elite hung Wheeler Yuta with a chain in a similar fashion that Hangman won against Jon Moxley at AEW Revolution. But Mox, being the care-filled teacher, basically surrendered on behalf of Wheeler Yuta, knowing that he taught Wheeler Yuta to never surrender like he did at Revolution. Love that storytelling. Yep. So yes, the Golden Elite get the win. It was wild. It was crazy, and it was one of the best Dynamite matches
that
of
face
the year.
Right there says it all. Poor thing.
We also had Jack Perry bury Jungle Boy before coming out with new music, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, before beating Hook to win the FTW Championship. And you also had everyone's bestest friends, the bromance sweeping the nation.
Oh, this was great.
And Adam Cole continuing that bromance by Cole helping MJF face his fear of spicy food before they beat Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara, equipped with new mashed up theme music, which was great. They then beat Garcia and Guevara in a dance-off, and then beat them in the blind eliminator tournament finals with the goddamn double clothesline. And I've never heard a pop for a double clothesline like you heard on Dynamite this week. But dissension was teased as Cole looked at the AEW World Championship a little too long for MJF's liking, but FTR came out to confront the number one contenders and got our best friends back on the same page. All in all, I said it on Thursday during the review. I thought top to bottom, this is one of my favorite episodes of Dynamite because it was focused on the right people. You focus an hour on Blood and Guts and paying off this feud. You've dedicated 4 months of storyline, even longer when you kind of realize that this is stemming off of the Moxley Hangman feud. So this feud all started in October of last year, really, and it all culminates in Blood and Guts here in this dramatic fashion. And then you also got MJF and Adam Cole kind of dominating the other hour. So this is one of my favorites here. Sat, what did you think about Blood and Guts? Did Blood and Guts 3 live up to the stipulation?
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those matches you need to let it marinate in your head for a bit, because I feel like people expect you to have an instant reaction. I enjoyed the fact that it was a blow-off match. The only thing I do wish is that Kota Ibushi got to do more, because for a lot of people that was their first impression of him. So I wish like, number one, they did the right thing for him to come out last. I hate the fact they stopped his music halfway through. The guy was soaking in the energy. He's like, crowd reaction is great. And then stopped his music. Keep playing the music. Let him go inside and smack heads with the music on.
I mean, he was a little Jeff Hardy-ish with the fact that Kenny was getting his hand stomped into a bed of nails. And he's over here
to hurry up. Yeah. Hey, guys. Hello.
Kenny came from the DDT dojo. He goes, you know what we do, okay? You just... let me just take this in. And my boy looking thick as well. My boy's been eating some, you know what I'm saying?
a lot of noodles.
Yo, for real. I just wish that he got to do something more that highlighted how awesome he is. So I feel like he got to do a little bit. He did the moonsault on the bed of nails, but I wish they let him be part of the victory of winning the match, because he wasn't part of the consequence of winning the match. That's the only thing I had the issue with. But besides that, it was a good match. I enjoyed it, but I probably like the second one more. Possibly because the storylines, like the Eddie Kingston, the swing gaining the victory, and I felt like there was more variety in terms of what was happening in the match. This one was fine, but I don't know if I'll remember it in a few years compared to number 2, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something as far as like the memorable moments. I think 2, after a couple of days of letting it marinate, I think 2 might have the edge over 3, because I don't think I'll ever forget Cool Hand Ange being hanged outside of the blood and guts cage, all bloody, or I won't forget Sammy Guevara taking that bump off the top of the cage, and I won't forget the finish with Claudio stealing the moment from Eddie. So I think I will.
That was last year's, right?
Yeah. I will remember the finish to this matchup. I will remember the bed of nails, but you're right. I wish they would have made Kota Ibushi a little bit more impactful. Unfortunately for us Kota Ibushi fans, I think this is the Kota Ibushi we're getting now, because this is the third match. This is the third match he's had. He's the third match he had in 2 years, and he still has a lot of ring rust on him. He doesn't, like you said, he looks thicker. He doesn't have the definition that he once
he used to, right?
Yeah.
He used to be sexy abs. What happened to this man?
He used to be one of the most defined guys out there, but this just felt like low effort Kota Ibushi. Like the kind of the emphasis of that was the breaking up of the submission spot, where if you told me that was Orange Cassidy, I probably would have believed you, because he was so lackluster and lazy with the way he was breaking up those submissions. Like, I was like, and then he had all this energy after the cameras went off. I'm like, what are we doing, Kota? I'm an Ibushi fan. I'm hoping this is a case of there was a lot of guys at play. They gave him his moments with the moonsault on the bed of nails and him breaking up the submission. I wish that he could have gotten more, but maybe the situation didn't allow for that. Hopefully, when we get our Golden Lovers kind of formal reunion tag team action, we can see the Kota Ibushi that we were expecting, that you've been a fan of.
He had a new dad energy. He's like, I just got a newborn. I had to stop working out for a little. That happened to me, you know. I said, Kota, I can relate. So
he did have a baby?
No, I'm just
no. He just feel like that. Yeah, he just feel like
he's wrestling school. He's wrestling school's his new baby. Baby building that wrestling school.
Now, I have not been on his radar for a long time, but he's definitely not the guy that I was like, oh my God, he's so sexy. I was like, oh, he little, the 6-pack is gone. And I was like, why he moving so slow? I was like, what's happening? Like, you don't do this, friend. Like, what's happening?
Overall, I wanted to be polite, but if we're gonna be honest, I was kind of like, yo,
you don't be polite. So, okay, first of all, stay. Let's just do this right now. Stop all the BS. Okay? Let's stop all the bullshit right now. Okay, let's just knock it off. And we want you to be the regular person that you're supposed to be. This is not the other company that you work for. This is okay? Figure this shit out.
Don't hit me. Krssi, don't hit me like that. Oh my days.
That's like your sister. Your sister be like, nah, I know you've been up in that white school this whole time. Like,
all I'm hearing is breaths of fresh air right now.
Trying to be nice. We don't be nice.
That's what I'm saying. All this baby face shit.
What is this? A come to Jesus moment? Come on, guys.
No, nigga, you need to come to hell.
You know what it is? It is the baby. The baby that made him like this now, friend.
Mellow. We get mellow out. Yeah. I'm not the menace I once was ever since I had kids. We do have
that's
Negro
a lie,
Buck here.
but okay.
No, he's a different kind of menace. He's not the same menace. He's a different kind of menace.
Listen.
His menacing is more calculated.
Krssi Luv just dead ass said that. That's a lie. That's dead ass what Tio would have said.
That's not even fucking true. But
guys,
whatever.
For any other person, Kota Ibushi's definition would have been great, but for him, it's lackluster for him. He's still in good shape.
Yeah,
good shape, but not Kota shape. He's not Kota like when he had eight pack abs when he's holding both titles up, sweat glistening off his body. I remember that.
Kenny's in fantastic shape,
I
but
know.
even his biggest fans would say, "Oh, he's not at Kota Ibushi shape though." And now Kota Ibushi is below Kenny.
Yep,
It's never happened.
It's weird. It's very weird. We do have Negro Buck in the chat who says, I think this was the best Blood and Guts match personally. Lots of over-the-top violence, but it felt very appropriate for the end of to a real blood feud. Ibushi looked like an absolute beast. I think that Ibushi had his spurts where they made him look good, but he was in there for like 20 minutes. And he really only stood out the 2 times that I said.
Right.
When he first comes in and when he breaks up the submission is because they had so much time. I didn't like when I looked at the clock when Ibushi's coming in, we got 20 minutes left in the show. And I'm just like, oh, okay, what do you do at this point? We already introduced the bed and nails.
And they went over.
Yep, they should.
But after that, we had the spot with Pac where he did the swing off the top of the cage and then into the stomp through the table. So I don't blame anyone who says this is the best Blood and Guts. I think it's between 2 and 3. I think 1 is completely out the question. I had someone tell me they thought 1 was the best one. And I was like, it was until I saw cardboard paper. But I can never forgive that. Like I was like, it's between 2 and 3. It's between 2 and 3 here. Miss Krssi Luv, what do you prefer? Blood and Guts 2, Blood and Guts 3, and what did you think about this week in our favorite bromance, Better Than You, baby?
Okay, so first of all, I agree with you, SP. I would take like things from each one that I like. That will stay in a memory of mine, like certain things. Now, I did enjoy this one very, very much. That packed, like it was so much stories going on that you just like my God, you have to give it up to the production people that had to do this. Because they're like, pan to this one, pan to that. Like it was so much going on between the 2 rings. It was like, you couldn't even keep your, like for me at home being a viewer, I was like, I can imagine them at the arena, like trying to like.
You're struggling as a viewer.
Correct. Yeah. I was struggling as a viewer. But I enjoyed it. Like I said, there were things in parts of it that was just like, okay, like this is a little like, like especially the Ibushi part. I was like looking forward to that, and I was so excited. And I got like maybe 75% of him, I want to say, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
But other than that, I really enjoyed it. The bromance was like my favorite by far for the whole thing. Then they did the dance off. Like then it was when they went to the restaurant, they had the food. Then they go and they have the interview with Renee. And Renee just looks like, oh my God, like why do I have to do this? Everyone just did their whole role. Then they had matching outfits. Then they did the song. Then he was like, it's a mashup. I'm like, oh my God, like this is such good stuff. Then they have the dance. I'm like, wait, what's going on? The dance off. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what am I watching? But it was just such good stuff that it was so stupid that I loved it. So I love the bromance. I was like, I want the bromance to continue. I know it's gonna end soon, and I'm gonna be very, very sad. But I loved everything about it.
I think the best thing about the bromance is this getting the simplest things in wrestling over. I've never seen a pop for the power slam, for the body slam like I saw last week with Big Bill. Like the tope that we saw on this show, Chris Jericho's probably right. I've never seen a tope get that big of a pop since 1992. We do have another interesting comment here from the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Keep those comments coming in the live chat and your super chat donations. He says, all in all, Elite versus BCC will definitely be one of AEW's best feuds. Where do you think Elite and BCC, we're at the half-year mark, where do you think it is as far as the best feuds in AEW of 2023? Top guy, JJ.
Oh, that's a good question. Jesus.
In 2023, I do think it, as far as feuds in this year, it's head and shoulders their best. Like, I think what they got going on, because AEW has changed course a few times in the world title picture. And not only, like, you know, they didn't really get anything sustainable in the Atlantic title picture. There's honestly nothing going on in the TNT title picture. So this is their best by far. This is ongoing. This is their story of 2023, is the Elite versus the BCC. And if it doesn't end, cool. if they start to trickle it off, then we got something to talk about. There's a big package there to actually be able to digest for many months of what they've done, because they've done a lot and they've given us a lot of explosive moments, a lot of good things. So I think people literally like set expectations at this maximum peak that everything has to basically be fucking Austin McMahon and Bloodline level, and if it's not there, the shit is garbage. like they have been on. They've been on one. They've been doing really fucking good. Mind you, they have all of these people, and we've talked about for years how they gotta find something for fucking 2,000 people on their roster. They found a way to get majority of these people involved in something, which is tough to do. It's really difficult to get done, and they've managed to get it done. I want to kind of go back a little bit to that blood and guts, which I was talking about. So I think we talked about also last week with I wanted to see Kota Ibushi get to a place where he's happy. And I think during the course of that match, you literally starting to see him try to reach for that love of wrestling again. You're seeing him, he's reaching to try, because
to be happy.
When he sees Kenny. It's when he sees Kenny, you start to see that little flicker.
A little spark, a little
Because you could tell, like, when he came into the match and he started off the match and Kenny wasn't involved in that sequence, he was so hesitant. Like, he was so hesitant, even throwing his first punch. It was like, I gotta work, I guess. but now when he partners with Kenny, it's like, okay, all right, it's starting to come back a little bit. And you could see, like, he needs some type of balance that's gonna make him happy, as discussed last week. Like, he's gonna need to find that medium to be happy, because clearly wrestling made him unhappy for quite a while. Obviously, this is very obvious that he was unhappy with professional wrestling for quite some time. So for him to have the courage to come out in this type of match with this type of expectation with those people, that takes a lot of courage to do. Like, mind you, he's never been in a match that violent before.
He has.
Like,
DDT, if you've seen his DDT stuff, he's been in some crazy stuff, but he's also been in some violent stuff like that as well.
But to mind, like, when was this? Like, do you not? And I'm not trying to like pick out.
This was like late 2000s, early 2010s.
So that means he hasn't done this in like over.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been over a decade.
And let's not forget post shoulder injury as well. Post shoulder injury as well.
So that shoulder injury is bad. It stopped a New Japan match, and that takes a lot. It takes a serious injury to stop a New Japan match.
So I think people to a degree need to take it a little easy on what he was doing and what he's trying to get back accomplished, because I know his bar is high as hell, but for him to actually step into that environment, and then you start to see it, like, I started to finally feel like he was starting to get comfortable when he finally did the moonsault on the bed of nails. Like, he started to, it was like, it took him 75% of the match, but he finally started to get comfortable at that point.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, okay, I'm in a fucking war. Like, all right, let me show up. Let me show up. Because for a while, it was very lackadaisical. It was very just let me go do my job, breaking up those submissions. It's like, all right, let me just do this. Like everything was just so lethargic.
And I do agree with Top Guy's kind of general point of, I think people are being too hard on Kota Ibushi, because it really came down to what Sat was saying earlier. Like, the layout of the matchup also didn't allow him to be shine like that. Yeah. He got his one spot where he came in and ran wild, but after that, you kind of have to kind of be like, okay, this is where we're going to do the 5-on-5 spot. This is
we
where
have
we're going to
9 other people that are in this whole match.
Pack's big
exactly,
stop, and this is the finishing sequence.
Right. So so part of what he needs to do is he needs to Like, get comfortable with his combatants. He needs to get comfortable with them. And then the more he does that, and the more he does this over the coming, like, say, year, then you'll start to see him return to form. Like, he'll start to, you know, obviously he'll work out more. He'll do these things to get himself more involved. But this was an icebreaker for him. Like, this was an icebreaker. Like for fuck's sakes, like, when was the last time we seen the man in the ring? And then we all here critiquing what he's done, how like his movements. Like, you guys are fucking harsh.
Like, that's wrestling for you. That's the wrestling community.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like we know what we saw, but when you have trust, if to let one of us done something that we haven't done in almost 2.5 years. And let's see us look to form. We're gonna be fucking done in like 5 minutes. So I think he'll get there. I mean, I think he cares enough now that he knows he's back on screen. He's gonna be his own worst critic. He's gonna watch that back and he's gonna be like, I need to fix some shit. So I think it was good to see him. It was definitely good to see him. I think it's number 2 for Blood and Guts for me. It was a really fun match. It was fun, and I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch that match again because I need to really process this 45-minute match. Like,
51.
Minutes for this match.
This was a long match, and last
year was just as long. It was like 49. It was like 49.
They started right after the 9:15 mark. I want to say, or 9:10.
Yeah, they dedicate the second hour to Blood and Guts.
So I think a little difference between last year and now is that we have like 17 more shows that we got to digest and watch now. So there's like so much more shit you got to process. And then you got to bake in an hour match and then give it proper critique, criticism, or praise. So I want to see it again. I enjoyed it because I couldn't stop watching it. I had my TV up the entire time. The spots was fucking awesome. The underrated Nick Jackson fucking tack boot spot was fucking great. Like, that no one talked about.
Can I just say, as someone as a wife and they have children, like, I know their wives are just like, what the fuck? Especially I know Renee just be like, John, like,
I don't even want to know, John.
I don't even want to, like, I think she doesn't even watch them anymore. I feel like she probably just leaves and just sees after, like, really, John, like you said last time, really, John, really, like, and he'd be the first one to bleed every time, Abdullah.
And then his fucking cuts,
his
cuts be nasty.
And he knows when the camera's not on him, so he recuts. He recut in that Blood and Guts matchup because he was not bleeding like that when Kota Ibushi comes into the cage. Before Kota Ibushi came in the cage, the blood was drying up. And then when Kota Ibushi comes out, he took the time to cut himself.
Willa Yuta, same one. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Like,
Willa Yuta had a nasty cut too. That is true.
Yeah. So I mean, I agree with what you said, SP. I think this was top to bottom one of my favorite episodes of Dynamite this year.
Episode.
I think just in general, this was a damn good show. And unfortunately, it really only involved like a split second of women with Britt Baker DMD.
That's the biggest nitpick of the show.
You can't. But you're never going to get like a show that you don't have something to complain about.
Yeah.
You're never gonna have one of those shows.
My whole thing is, honestly, I'd rather you had not done a match and give them an in-ring promo. I think an in-ring promo.
I'd rather do a backstage promo or in-ring thing.
In-ring. It can't be backstage because that's just a pre-tape. Do an in-ring promo, about this whole Outcast thing, because 6 months ago we thought the Outcast and the homegrown storyline was going to get paid off in Blood and Guts, and now we're here at Blood and Guts, and the women only get 66 seconds.
So the quick 1 minute Brit match against an absolute against really a nobody. Like whatever y'all feel about about her.
You're right.
She's in whatever y'all feel about her at this moment. She's relatively a nobody. So it kind of was a waste of time. Like, the most you got out of that, you remember, is her entrance and her gloves and her outfit. Everything else you don't remember. But
we're gonna stop this whole thing. We're not gonna just save all of this for tomorrow, because we have Seven Faces Hill will be back, and I can give you a whole shitload of how I feel about all of this shit, because this is ridiculous. We're gonna stop treating Ruby Soho like this as well. We're gonna stop doing this bullshit. Ever since she's got this, she's been getting L's, and more fucking L's. There's nothing relevant about this girl at all.
You know what, Krssi? After I really want to hear about that because her taking that L again in this Owen Hart tournament. But I do want to hear about it. I want to hear about it because I
want to talk about Jack Perry when we get a chance.
But so for the rest of the show. Like now you're starting to see him starting to come into his element a little bit. Like it's very slowly happening, but you you ditch the look, you ditch the music, you kind of got yourself your little baby scruff of a little goatee thing going on. You got your little baby scruff going on here.
Little 5 o'clock shadow.
You know, he started. It's like he's starting to understand he needs to escape everything that he was, and he's starting to do it. But it's just gonna be a process, guys. Like I
like the look, but I don't like the music. I think the music should have been something.
The thing is, that's the thing. I like the music on anyone but him. They should have given him the Beverly Hills song. They should make him a Nepo baby.
Yes.
He should have been Nepo baby.
Y'all know this is gonna change.
Okay.
This is an evolution. You know his music is not gonna stay permanent. It's not gonna stay this way.
They're gonna NXT. They need NXT.
But I like the idea.
They should have gave him the theme song to Beverly Hills.
But they're probably guys. But this is what I'm saying. But guys, they're probably literally working on what to fit his theme as is. But the perfect thing they've done
was
they ditched.
Because when he came out to Beethoven, people
remember his dad. If you okay, sorry,
they will figure it out.
They have to figure it out. Remember, his dad was like the biggest bad boy asshole on the show.
Make him a Nepo baby. That's the thing now. People talk about Nepo baby.
Guys, give them some time. They will figure it out. The best thing they've done was they've ditched the fucking whoa. They ditched it. That was the best move
when
so
I started
far.
liking the song, you take it away.
They ditched the music. You've gotten rid of it.
We got Negro Buck even in the chat saying, "You're right, Sad. A nepotism baby gimmick writes itself."
Give him Johnny TV as his backup, and that's it. You got two Hollywood douchebags.
That would actually
work.
What I'm saying? They would give us young Miz and Morrison vibes.
Exactly.
It's gonna come like you guys can't get your whole fucking flip in a week.
Dominic, look at Dominic though. Look how they did Dominic though. They put him in the
stop.
Listen. He may look like 11 in season 2 of Stranger Things with a slip back jet black hair. At least,
Wait. He said Dominic looked like 11 from Stranger Things.
Season 2, the jet black hat. You saw it when he first came out, and it was wonderfully developed as well. Then he went to prison. The thing is with Jack Perry, he's not strong enough character to see the slow evolution. It's either now or never. They should put him with as much people hate QTV. Put him in QTV so that way he can develop his character or something. Because right now, listen. SP, the reason why Dominic got over is they put him with strong characters while he's developing himself. They silently let him get comfortable in the microphone. Dominic was shaking the microphone in the beginning, but by week 2 and 3, he found himself. We're now week 4, week 5 of this Jack Perry experiment.
I wish that Dom would get better in the ring though.
Michinoku Driver.
Perry is 26 years old.
Yeah,
same age as Dominic.
He's probably younger than Dominic.
He turned. The man turned heel last month. He turned heel last month.
The music. Give him his girlfriend.
Dude,
give him Johnny TV. If it was me, that's what they do.
It took Dom a while. You're acting like
this
Dom
is what I'm
just
saying.
overnight.
Yeah, but they
took Dom
smoking mirrors.
A year.
He's got no smoking. But what I'm trying to say is they gave Dom smoking mirrors for him to develop. And I don't mind if they did the same thing with Jack Perry. Give him things while he's developing himself. Give him a heavy. Give him his girlfriend. All the things to disguise from the fact that he's still getting there.
Dude,
they gave him a limo. Yay, they gave him a Hummer.
It's been 5 weeks.
It hasn't been 5 weeks.
It's 4 weeks. 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks.
Okay, you guys are heels. You guys are heels, right? It's called Tru Heel Heat. Yeah, let's break it down.
Yes.
Right? There's different types of heels.
Baby face.
I'm not a babyface. Trust me, I'm the worst kind of heel you find. The one smile in your face.
Yeah, help me make sense of what you're trying to nitpick right now, because right now you ain't making much sense right now.
All right, okay, I'll break it down for you, brothers and sisters.
Please do.
I'll break it down for you guys. There's different types of heels and baby faces. They happen to give him the wrong type of heel heat. He should have been a disingenuous baby face, not knowing that he's the heel. They should have went through that route, because the one he's doing right now, he comes down and is scowling. Wow, you pretty baby face scowling at me. You look like a little puppy dog. You know what I'm saying? You're not buying the anger, even though he's got a lot to be angry about. People turned on him. He could have went with that, but he went, my girlfriend's hot. You know, they didn't go full in with a gimmick. He's a rich boy. They should go in there. You should hate him. He should be in a hot tub with his girlfriend. He should show his girlfriend's booty and covering it. He should be getting maximum heat.
All right.
He should have a bodyguard.
I don't usually think that the You People promos would work, but I do agree that it would have worked with Jungle Boy, because he did do everything he could to get with the fans, to stay over.
You're not wrong, but for fuck sakes, he's not even been heel a month. Like, my God.
He's not okay. He's not
sides, though.
Yeah. Listen, he could be an entertaining heel. They should go over the Nepo baby. They should go over the chai lattes. They should do vignettes of him just being a douchebag. He didn't even have to wrestle, and he won the FTW title. A title doesn't even exist. That makes him look more stupid.
That's the stupidest.
Give him TNT title. Right. Give him Lucha. Pay off Lucha. He's a Nepo baby.
That's what makes this story work for me now, is the fact that he did the whole big promo saying, I'm going to win a singles title in AEW in 2023, and the singles title he does win isn't even recognized by the damn company. Like, that's gold. That's gold.
I kind of like that connection right there. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, and I have not liked this development with Jungle Boy at all, or Jack Perry. Now we're gonna go with Jack Perry. I've not liked it.
Give him your nickname.
I've not liked it, but I'm not.
Hollywood boy
said this over and over. Like we can't literally put a verdict on this shit literally in a few weeks. No. You can't do it. You can't do it. Like, no, let this shit be.
That's really just coming up with a better solution, which I always say. Don't complain. Come up with a better solution, and that's the better solution that a lot of people are coming up with, is that they need to turn up
the music, the heavy. With his girlfriend. When he came out, people don't have to react to him because
true.
They didn't give him Beethoven because there's no correlation to that character having Beethoven.
Okay,
we didn't know that he likes classical music. Where is all this coming from? It's just random shit.
Me if I'm wrong. Yes, has Jack ever been a heel?
No, this is the first time in his career.
So let him learn the craft. Let him learn it. It's two completely different skill sets. Like, let him learn.
I like the music.
Have the same energy when we come to the Dominic part, please. Okay, thank you.
I like the music. I like the music choice because it's very parallel to Christian getting the Christian. I love your
oh my God.
So
the song was
the correlation there.
The energy level of the song, because he's sauntering down, and then fans were just like.
They need to add. Rook's got to add something to it. Got to add.
They're gonna tweak it. Like, they watch their own shit.
Give him the Robin Thicke version. When I get you, and
they might entirely change it. But their take, but what they, but at least what they're doing. But at least what they're doing right now, they're taking
really
steps.
Good. I like that version.
They're taking steps to evolve his character, which is something important. They're taking steps to actually get him away.
They're not going to just say go and just do this. So they're just trying to do it.
Trying weekly. Shit. Yeah, like they got time. This kid is not even 20.
Put it like this: no one is wrong at what they're saying in this whole conversation right now. There's no wrong answer. It's just that we all just trying to figure out and try to get him to that plateau for the hill that we know that he could be.
Because right now, guys,
they are having the same conversations backstage at AEW.
Exactly.
guys. Okay, the question is, if someone went to you, describe me Jack Perry right now. How would you struggle with him in a sentence? What is his heel character?
His dad was Dylan from 90210.
No, I would be like, he is angry that his friend has a title belt because he wants a title belt. That's his character right now.
You're adding more layers than what we're actually seeing.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
I'm literally just telling you the story and his
And I
reasoning
don't
for...
have an opinion on it because it's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
The thing is,
Like,
I mean, you can have an opinion on it.
Right,
Like,
he's
your
obviously
opinion can change.
he's the angry, pissed off guy that keeps losing, that keeps watching friends around him be successful. So he wants a piece of his own pie.
Yeah.
So he wants a piece of
that
his own
version.
pie. So
like
that make it so you see it, but you don't have a full blown character yet. You don't have it yet. He's not there. Like, and that's okay. That is fully okay.
He's playing it too straight. I think he doesn't work playing it too
No,
straight.
can
He
we
needs
put
to have
this-
some
that
silliness
comment
to
on
it.
he said he's a piece of the end of the bread loaf. I can't. You know what? You my boy Blue. I'm done with you, son. That is
We got my boy Blue's feeling vindicated in the chat right now. He says, I love how I comment for the first time in weeks, and Sat is standing on my soapbox. Fuck Jungle
Wait,
Boy.
I like Jack Perry. You don't
Weakest
understand.
pillar, foundation crumbling under him.
Oh, so
guy's
this is
solid in the
still
ring.
factual. So weakest piece, that's still very factual. Still very factual. To today in
Jack Perry.
2023, that is still very factual.
Jack Perry's solid in the ring. Or the heel turn is the right move to do. It's just what we currently have, and it's still work in progress, true, but it's kind of stumbling out of the gates. Because I think of Sami Zayn. When Sami Zayn turned heel, people say, oh, he can't play heel, but he was great off the bat because he leaned in on being a bit annoying and neurotic. So what does Jack Perry have to lean on?
Dude, this took you know how many months this took Sami Zayn to master that character?
Yeah, it wasn't instant.
He must master the babyface.
This is all I'm trying to explain.
SP, you remember stuff. It was the feud with Mike Kanellis. That's when you start seeing the hints of him being neurotic. He was doing that backstage promo where people walked away from him.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it was instant. He turned.
I loved it instantly. You guys were probably just holding on.
I enjoy. I'm a Sami Zayn fan. I enjoy everything he does. But that doesn't mean it was over.
Just because it was over for me. I was happy.
But we have to realize when we're talking about wrestling that this is a broad, subjective art form.
Well, I know
so
this.
regardless of if we like something, we can also acknowledge that everybody else doesn't like
used to
it.
bully me on Twitter with my opinions. I'll be at work and 5 hours later he still argue with me because my point.
I literally argue with you because
5 hours later.
You go against what the people think.
7 hours later, and he still arguing. I'm like, he's got stamina. I just want to go to bed now. And this guy got stamina to argue with me. I'm like, SP, I'm sorry.
And has stamina.
So you brought up two fantastic heels during their time, which is in Dominic Mysterio and Sami Zayn. This took a lot of time. This took Sami. Time out. Hold on. Yeah. This took Sami Zayn almost 2 years to get that under his belt and be a master of that craft. This took Dominic Mysterio almost a whole year. Like this took a lot of time.
Well, maybe it didn't
didn't
really take him a whole year. Maybe they allowed it to take a year. Like they prolonged all of this foolishness for a year.
But people really so when Dominic first turned heel, it was the angry kid. It was the angry kid.
It was the angry kid. It was September, and it took 2-3 months for him to figure out to lean into the comedy. What's that saying about Jungle Boy? What the Jungle Boy the segment that they did 2 weeks ago with him sitting in the car and then Hook pulls up in the car and then he runs. That was really good. This week he was really good as using the title to get the win and stuff. So he just has to lean into it more. But like we said, it's kind of going to be an ongoing conversation, like Top Guy JJ said, where we'll be ever changing with this.
This is the longest. So just know that there's a step one is already taking place. This is the longest in Tru Heel Heat history we have ever talked about Jack Perry.
We have talked about Jungle Boy for a longer time.
For this long?
I don't know about directly him, but subject to entertaining him.
And also, if they give him the Beverly Hills music, the way they'll get over. People will be like, they did it. Is this the thing?
Figure it out. I think if we believe in their production team, I think at some point they will figure it out, and you'll be
let
like,
him buy
they should have done this all
QTV. He's a
along.
Nepo baby. Let him buy QTV to film him.
If you keep saying it, especially Tony Khan will eventually hear it and he'll do it, like Final Countdown. News coming out of Blood and Guts Wednesday.
It probably is money. You gotta pay this. You gotta pay the people that want that song. You gotta pay.
Ruckus
you gotta play
version.
Tori Spelling.
You gotta play
money,
Fox.
So
Fox probably
just
has the license.
I just want to say, just in hindsight, AEW has been a very, very interesting show lately. So there's a lot of, and this is really good for them because they have so many interesting parts now. So like, and this is back when they were like at their hottest, when like we used to talk about weekly, like every week they knew how to make a story out of whatever they had on TV. Like AEW's got a lot of interest going on right now, and that's great for them. But their ongoing issue is the women. They're ongoing. This is ongoing.
I think that's all across the board for not just them.
We're just talking AEW right now.
Smackdown. It's an industry-wide issue.
It's an industry-wide issue of like how they treat ladies and they don't invest their time. Okay, we can talk about this all fucking day. Go ahead, SB. Sorry.
But no, to echo what Top Guy is saying here, this is a rare week where AEW, we're not heavy on the news. We're heavy on what's actually happening on screen. So that's a good thing. It's been months since we've been able to say that about AEW.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Couple of comments to highlight here. Annika says, I watched the mashup theme song for MJF and Adam Cole like 20 times already. We got ALW who says MJF and Adam Cole are gold. The chemistry feels very natual. Some of the vignettes have been funnier than others.
Yo, you know the best thing to my favorite thing about that whole vignette, what they did, and I cringed when I heard it too. It's like when MJF said, "You want me to go to a Chinese restaurant in Boston?"
Yes,
I felt the way about that. I was like,
factual.
Dead ass right now.
You don't want to do that.
Dead ass right now.
You don't want to do that.
Chinese in Boston.
Krssi, who had the best rhythm in the dance off?
I think I'm gonna say MJF was the best one out of everyone.
Thought you would say Garcia, but okay.
No, Garcia was trash. Are you kidding me?
MJF looks like a brother that can actually dance.
Right, like, but I mean, everyone was awful. But if you're gonna have to pick out of the four,
he looks like he's like the smoothest white boy out of the crew.
Correct.
Absolutely.
There you go.
No, he's Garcia dance was too aggressive.
Adam Cole was cringe, bro.
And
I think that was on purpose.
I loved how cringe it was.
That was on purpose, but it was so cringe.
Right.
I love that. So I was like, Woods, this is for you, Woods.
Yes, exactly. ALW says best feud of 2023 by far, talking about the Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club. Where would you say it ranks as far as, industry-wide, as far as feuds you've seen this year, Sat? Where does Elite and BCC rank for you?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to go in terms of faction is, for me, the best. In terms of faction.
No, I mean the feud.
In terms of the feud.
You know what?
Because the feud started last year, and it, like you say, it was off the back of Hangman versus John Moxley. It's stuff you don't see anymore. How to add more to feud. This wrestler comes in, he's got beef with that guy. Then that wrestler comes in, he's got beef with that guy, and they expand. The other example I can give, they almost did that in WWE when you had Seth Rollins when he started his new group. That had, Authors of Pain and Buddy. Then you had, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, who was announced. This time I got into it. I like where that storyline was going on. Obviously, the pandemic and everything kind of ruined that. But I like, for me, kind of reminds me of the NWA stuff I used to watch back in the days. Online. And I see how the Horsemen would be feuding with this baby face and that baby face, and then that two baby faces get together, and then the Road Warriors will come in, and then you got the four. You know what I'm saying? That's that kind of energy I love. In terms of because I like the Roman stuff, but then they butchered it. But the fact I've never been disappointed by them, I'll give them number one spot because they haven't disappointed me. It's a shame that Bryan Danielson couldn't be in the match. That's the only thing. It's like 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. But that means he would have got injured in that match. So it was inevitable he's going to get injured.
You guys are fucking terrible.
Well, speaking of injuries,
God.
Wednesday night's Blood and Guts match.
Man literally has a
AEW
his fucking arm is in another position right now.
It would have happened in that match.
Actually, Blood and Guts actually went off without any major injuries this year, according to a new report.
That's good. That's
PW
good.
Insider reports that there were no major injuries from the match, and though it's noted that it was believed going into the bout that Wheeler Yuta had a leg issue he was dealing with, he came out relatively unscathed, and a lot of people were talking about moves that were done in Blood and Guts and throughout AEW Dynamite, and how that might pertain to the news we talked about last week with AEW banning moves. It was previously reported that AEW had prepared a list of banned moves, share shots to the head, etc., as well as additional lists that acquired approval by coaches and medical staff. The Wrestling Observer newsletter had more details on the backstage reaction to the news, with most not seeing it as a big deal. Tony Khan said during the press conference for Death Before Dishonor and Blood and Guts this week that most of the rules listed were simply informal policies that hadn't been put down on paper. Several wrestlers agreed when asked and don't believe it will change the AEW product. One said that the health and safety rules have been in place since Chris Nowinski addressed the talent early in the company's history, and the moves have been banned for years. They were just finally written down and now may be enforced more. One source said that the hope is that there will be fewer repeated spots, and something they've tried recently at Double or Nothing earlier this year. No one else on the show that was allowed to bleed because that was saved for the Anarchy in the Arena match. And a major star said the new rules have great intentions, but it remains to be seen how well they work. I'd say for the most part, no big move, high flying driver or otherwise has led to any injuries on the roster. The vast majority have been fluke accidents that could have happened to anyone, and that could have happened to just about anyone on the roster. Avoiding repeat spots and getting permission for blood and hardcore item spots are the big ones that need to be enforced, so we'll see how it turns out. Khan previously said that the rules are fluid, and whether or not they are allowed could depend on who axes, and he said it likes to push boundaries but won't do that on safety. Top Guy JJ, I know you last week were kind of wait and see as far as what these banned moves were going to do to the AEW product. Did you see any difference on Dynamite this week?
No, that's why I said even last week, no, you're not going to see any difference. Or that was literally like when you get hired at a company, you get the disclaimer list of what you can and can't do, and you're still going to work around it. You're still going to just do everything that you can do that's not on that list. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. Like WWE's list is probably twice as long as that because they're literally a global enterprise that is being seen by so many children and kids that their list is probably double of that. So you're not gonna see it. You're not, because nobody is going on a fucking TV program like, yo, I need to see a screwdriver, pile driver where somebody's head is dunked on where somebody's head is, somebody's in a suplex and they get their head dunked on like you fucking see Scott Steiner do to somebody in WWF No Mercy. Like, you're not looking for those moves. Like, if it happens, it's an oh shit moment, but you're not looking for flags when you're watching product. You're looking to watch good shit. So no, you're not going to notice it at all. And if you do, you're a fucking loser because you're spending too much time looking for shit that you should spend no time looking for instead of trying to find either the good or the bad of the product that you're watching.
We're going to need a disclaimer for Top Guy when he's on this show, calling our viewers losers and stuff. Final news, though.
I'm calling people that looks for, I swear to God, if you have a list, and I'm just going to pull up a roll of towels. If you have a list and that shit has all of the banned moves on it while you're watching the product, you're a fucking loser.
That's fair. That is fair.
That's my point. Not to the fucking people that's watching. That's ridiculous. I'm talking about those idiots that has literally like Jericho's list, and it's all of the band moves.
Oh, they just did the buckle bomb. They just did the buckle bomb. They're in trouble. Calling the police. 911.
First of all, I already know you, my boy Blue, is lying his ass off. Ain't nobody watching no product with a list next to them.
It was reported last month that when Roosh was originally signed to AEW last year, it was for a 1-year deal that was said to be up very, very soon. AEW is still interested in signing him for longer, but look out, a new challenger has appeared. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE is also interested in the former ROH World Champion. However, it was noted that AEW's current offer is believed to be far bigger than what NXT talents are earning outside of possibly Gable Steveson. WWE would have to offer main roster money in order to top that, and it remains to be seen where Roosh will end up. Could we see Roosh end up in WWE on a scale of 1 to 100%? Where do you see it at, Miss Krssi Luv?
Child, listen, I mean, I don't know, because I feel like at this point, WWE is not trying to get people because of their talent. I feel like they're trying to get them because they don't want them to be with the competition, if that makes sense. Now,
that's been their MO for the past 4 years.
Like a defensive move. Basically.
Until Vince released everyone.
Until they got to do a fucking exodus in 2024.
Yeah, right. Vince said, there ain't no competition. Let them all go. I'll show you. See, look, there's no competition to me.
I showed them.
Yeah. Hey, Triple H, no, Adam, no, Roddy, no.
I don't think he should do it. I mean, because then he won't be able to do the other things that he does do now, which is the other wrestling and other companies.
Yeah.
Unless he gets it in writing. I'd say maybe 40%, and then if you give them the bag, then De Niro's is something different.
He did put up a post with his brother Dragon Lee that recently signed with WWE.
Oh yeah, okay, then he might go. Damn, you're right. Okay,
negotiation tactics, guys. Come on.
It is definitely a negotiation tactic for sure. What percentage you put on it? Excuse me.
I put 50-50 because I felt like what's the shame is Roosh has been cooking the last couple of months. It's like they finally figured out how to use him on AEW TV. It's like back when they had Jay Lethal had a spot where he either starts with a match or the second match, whatever. Roosh was like in the middle of the show. He's gonna have a bang of a match. He may not win, but he always leaves an impact. And that was for me, I think more selfishly, because Andrade's in the feud with the House of Black, and I'm like, where's his boys? Why are we pretending he doesn't have mates? And then I'm hearing Roosh maybe leave. I'm like, nah, Roosh, you're not leaving. Maybe you can leave after this feud, but don't leave.
Take this L to Brody King, and then you can go. You can go.
Oh, don't take the L. I want him. No, don't say that. No, I just feel like there's a lot more cooking. I mean, poor Preston Vance, was it El Peligro?
Pelirosco.
That's it. It is. Yes, El Pellegrino de Grosso. Where's he going to be doing? Where's the assistant? Everyone, you know why? I'm going to talk about Andrade. This is about Roosh. Okay, to answer your question, I'm going to be, I was going to go on a tangent. I was like, no, let me not do that. Time is of the essence. To answer your question, I'm 50-50. Yes, Dragon Lee's in NXT. He's got brother there. He shouldn't be on NXT. He should be straight on the main roster. They can use someone like Roosh. Roosh versus Ilya Dragunov will be sick on the main roster. Busting a nut all over the place. It'll be sick. I'll be like, give me the violence. Give me the intensity. Give me everything. Roosh could be needed on the main roster. I don't trust them to use him.
Right. Yeah. That's it. That's the problem.
Exactly. Because you know what could happen? Because I've never seen him as a babyface. I just know him as a heel. Yeah, you can put him in LWO if you have to. Or he could take the two guys away. He could do what Andrade tried to do with Death Triangle. He's like, let me take the two guys over here. Heck, he can go to NXT and pick up a couple of Latinas are doing nothing. He'd be like, hey, come with me to the main roster. There's many things that can do. It's just that right now, I feel like AEW finally figured out the formula on how to book him. And then he could have been great in Collision. But again, WWE need Latinos that are on the young side. No offense. I love Santos. I hope they go all the way with him because my guy's 39. So, go all the way with him while you can. but Roosh is on the, he's early 30s. He could still become someone. That's on 50-50. I'm on the fence, SP. It's quite hard for me to say, yeah, no. But if I would give you a realistic answer, he may stay in AEW because they're going to throw out the big bucks.
But you bring up, the age with Santos Escobar. Roosh being a little bit up there in age seems to benefit him, because who are the people we're talking about in WWE that is right close to breaking the glass ceiling? Santos Escobar, 39. Damian Priest, 40.
Santos Escobar is 39 years old.
He's 39.
Yeah, 1984.
Damian Priest
84,
is 40.
Hey.
Damian Priest is 40.
Not
LA
41.
Knight is 41.
No, Priest is. Oh, isn't Priest older than him by a few months?
I think Priest is 40. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna look into it. Punishment Martinez.
Last time I checked, he was 40, but maybe you're right here. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? He's 40. His birthday's in September, and Sean Riker. And then
I love that you love looking people up by their.
Okay. All right. Get this, SP. They're both 40, and Damian Priest's birthday is on September. LA Knight's birthday is on November.
Look at that.
Okay, but 2 months.
So we were both right.
But at the same time, Damian Priest was in his 30s when they started pushing him.
Yeah.
So in their mind, it's like we start pushing him. He's an investment.
Below 40 is what we're looking for, guys. But we gotta move.
Also, LA Knight is not being pushed. But go ahead, continue.
I'm pretty sure he'll get to SmackDown at some point during this podcast.
Also, good point, and we are going to
LA Knight is on SmackDown, and he's still not being pushed. What do you mean?
We do have a
I'm
super
talking about
chat.
SP's agenda.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a super chat donation here from Trayvon. Thank you, Trayvon. We appreciate the love, the support, even if it's just for Set E, as he says, Set E Day, baby. Said he was watching Set over on the WrestleTalk podcast. He said it's a Set E Day because he's watched WrestleTalk podcast, and now he's here with us. Look at that. The perfect combination. Perfect.
It is the original trio, by the way. This is the flagship show. These are three people to put the flagship show on the map. This is an honor to be here. I'm gonna say nice stuff. JJ, come on, man. Love is in the air.
Love is love.
I'm just gonna say that to the Rouge contract update, because I'm ignoring all that other bullshit. Rouge is literally a walking NXT champion. Like there's no way.
But is that it though?
8 years ago.
You gotta figure it, because the main roster to a degree is full right now. Like it's full. They have so much going on, and that's now. But give it a year, half the motherfuckers won't be as over, and then you're gonna have room for some, but they would have to do it right, which they probably won't. But at least in the intern, you got to walk in NXT champion. That's way more than he's fucking doing over there in AEW right now. Mm-hmm. So that's the genesis of what I'm saying, is that everybody's not going to reach this max potential.
Everybody and their mama said Dragon Lee was a walking NXT champion, and he's scrumming up in the mid card with freaking Nathan Frazier.
I honestly don't know why. I honestly don't know why, because we know what NXT does with luchas. We know what WWE does with fucking luchas, Japanese people, Chinese people. We know what they do with them. They get locked in a box.
But they get locked in a box. High flyer
except Asuka.
No, I'm talking about the less decorated high flyer they bought into this company was Ricochet, and that was probably the best push this nigga got in WWE. Was when he first got to
the biggest match in Ricochet's career. The biggest match in Ricochet's career is about to be a fucking match with Logan Paul. We could have an entire podcast on the balls. We can have an entire podcast.
You fight Logan Paul.
We can have an entire fucking podcast on the fucking shit that they have dropped the ball on. We can literally have an entire show about it.
Paul said himself, great things happen to those who wait. Now, how fucking long do we gotta wait?
He's a liar.
And he should have added he should have added the Kanye line after that.
Liar.
I'm gonna be at least about 100 hours late.
Paul Levesque is a liar.
But I'm just saying, like, but the same thing that, you know, we rank on people that is not doing shit in WWE, but there is a ton of people that ain't doing shit in AEW as well. So you know that there's a ton of people that ain't doing shit there as well that thought the grass was greener on the other side, and it clearly fucking ain't. So that's what there's only but so many spots at the top. Everybody can't have a spot at the top.
And what I'm trying to say is I don't think that spot you're talking about for Roosh in NXT is really there.
And also and also learn from your mistakes. That's how you age him out. By the time they push him in the main roster, be 38 as well. For fun,
exactly.
So just go straight to the main roster.
You're making less money. You're being seen in front of less people than you would be on Dynamite.
Go wrestle Gunther.
You probably won't be getting the real money that you think you're gonna be getting.
Give me Roosh and Sheamus. Give me Roosh and Drew.
Your mid-40s.
And Gunther.
No. You're not. You guys are not wrong. But what what is he gonna do in the meantime when he's there in AEW?
House of Black.
He just said it.
He's getting thrown in. He's getting thrown in these mixed match, these tag fucking.
Get the titles too.
He's getting thrown in this. He's getting thrown in an irrelevant story.
It's not irrelevant.
Not even a story. It's actually not even a story.
My mask. You give my mask. It's my mask.
It's about the Mexican culture versus these goofy guys.
It is.
That's what it's about. Pretty
give my mask. I need my mask.
You act like it's gonna be some riveting tale on NXT.
I'm just gonna say
where he's gonna get paint poured on him by a porn accountant, and then he's gonna be freaking playing DJ with Eddie Thorpe.
Dude, there's no path. There's no path on NXT. There's no one there once they ship Braun to the main roster. Once fucking there's no path there. There's the fucking gateway straight to the championship. There's a gateway straight to literally he's gonna have to probably go through like one pay-per-view and go straight for the title.
It's probably so.
This is all I'm saying. Like this, it's not like the grass is not greener on either side.
He's not going to go straight for the title. I can guarantee that's not how WWE have been doing.
On NXT,
bringing people in. That's not how it's going to work.
So what relevance on NXT would stop that?
Child, listen.
That's all I'm asking.
They have Julius Creed ahead of him. They have Carmelo Hayes ahead of him. They got Gabe Stevenson.
Of course he's ahead of him.
Gable Stevenson ahead of him. They got Wesley ahead of him.
Gabe Stevenson once every 2 months shows up.
Hey, they doing a whole segment on his future. I don't want to hear what a motherfucker's going to do after they graduate from college. And they doing a whole goddamn segment on that nigga, so he must be important.
He got a vignette. He's getting vignettes with not a single ounce of in-ring work.
Let's talk about it. He's definitely staying in NXT because you wouldn't do an announcement for him to go, nah, guys, I'm going to go back to get another Olympic gold medal. But I'll see you guys in a year time. Nah, they saw that viral video when he finally looked good. SB, you were there when I was chatting about how he looked no charisma, bland. He looked lost in the ring. But something happened. He switched. The other woman, I forgot the something Mensa, the other gold medalist. She had more charisma. She's shaking. But this is Gable Stevenson.
I don't even know why they invested.
We're not even doing it. We're not even wasting time talking about Gabe Stevenson.
But he looked good in the underground. He them suplexes and he was bouncing. I was like, all right,
he looked good.
That was like not even doing it. Time. That was how many years ago? Like where?
No. This was recently. They did NXT underground.
He looked good. I was like,
NXT underground one.
Let's not waste precious. Let's not waste precious time on this guy.
The light switched on for him.
Let's move on.
Them allegations got dropped.
Please. Are we still on AEW? Jesus Christ.
Sat been the one who's keeping us on it.
Gabe Stevenson guy.
AEW Collision last week, they did 579,000 viewers. The show featured an all-time classic.
I'm putting it off at 2:00.
with a 58-minute instant classic with FTR defeating Bullet Club Gold in a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This was rated by Uncle Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter as 5.25 stars, and he called it the greatest tag team match in American television history. You also had Willow Nightingale beat Ruby Soho in a solid bout to win the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament final. You had Ricky Starks cheat to win by holding on to the ropes. CM Punk to win the Owen Hart Men's Tournament and win the Owen Hart Cup. Following the matchup, Ricky Starks doubled down on his heel turn by snatching the cup from the legendary Jushin Thunder Liger. And then you had AEW Battle of the Belt 6, which actually did that there. No, 7, excuse me, or 6. I think it's 6. I'm probably wrong. I don't know.
7. You 7. You got it right. 5, 6, 7.
Battle of the Belt 7, which did 524,000 viewers, the most viewers it's done in over a year. And it had Orange Cassidy beating Lance Archer via countout to retain the AEW International Championship. You had Toni Storm beat Talia Valkyrie to retain the AEW Women's World Championship, although not a lot of people saw this because the feed went out for some reason. And then you also had Luchasaurus, Christian Cage defeat Shawn Spears to retain the TNT Championship in the main event. But of course, everyone is talking about FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. People are calling it one of the greatest tag team matches they've ever seen, one of the greatest tag team matches in AEW history. Where does it rank for you, Top Guy JJ, FTR, Bullet Club Gold? Your thoughts on the matchup, and where does it rank?
Wow. See, now that's a match that's worth watching a handful of times. Because that's a match that you got to process. Because that it enters that I think that might have been probably the best AEW match I've seen tag team wise. I mean, this is of course crossing both companies because WWE doesn't perform tag team wrestling like this. Best tag match I've seen since I would say like the combination of seeing, I think it was last year, seeing the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, and then the year before that seeing Kenny and Hangman and the Young Bucks. Like it's up there on that level to me. Like it, damn, like damn. I wasn't expecting that. Like I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Like with other matches, I was really like expecting those to be the match of the night. Like clearly, I wasn't expecting all of that from this. I really wasn't, especially in a match that involves Juice Robinson. I just don't. No, stop! Just stop interrupting me for a second. Fuck! I'm not talking about Juice Robinson as a bad performer. We're talking about the greatest matches we've ever seen. No one in their right fucking mind is putting Juice Robinson in this conversation. No one.
We are now, guys.
It happened. That's what I'm saying. It happened. It happened.
He had it in him. He had it in him. He had it in him. He had a dog in him, son. He had a dog in him.
It took him his whole fucking career to get this to happen.
God.
Opportunity.
Like we've seen this happen. Nigga, his career has been a fucking opportunity.
You know,
so he has. We've seen this on the wall for all of these teams, and it has never even been a thought. It's never been a thought with a Juice Robinson match, and it happened. And that's happy. That's some awesome shit to see that a match that is due. Absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Of comparing it, even putting him in the breath of those people is giving him credit. Okay? Like putting him in the same conversation with those great tag matches is giving him credit. Like I will fucking leave this stream if somebody sit here and says that shit is on the level of the fucking Briscoes and fucking FTR. I'll tell you that. I'm leaving this shit right the fuck now. But it was great seeing on television for AEW TV. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something, Krssi.
I didn't see it live. I saw it afterwards because I was away. I didn't watch any wrestling over the weekend. I just put in my predictions and I kept it pushing. I didn't give a shit enough, nothing. I was on vacation. I didn't give a fuck where I was at. That's all.
So what did you think about watching it?
Put some respect on Juice's name.
I love Juice Robinson. I think credit needs to be given to him, and I think it was just this, like SP was saying, it's the timing of all of it, and I think that they're now showcasing him, and he gets to do this. And it doesn't look like he's just wrestling. I think that he's having fun being an asshole. I enjoyed the match. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It's one of my top picks for the week. Oh, I love your background, Statty. Great.
Look at that. That's very nice.
Oh my god.
You look like you look like you're a catfish. You're on an episode of Catfish.
I am. I really raised my voice. I'm really American. I'm not English at all.
That's American voice, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god.
Is that your American voice, really? That's horrible.
That's
Sorry.
how it sounds, guys. That's how it sounds.
Can only imagine the American girl voice that he would try to do when he's trying to lure $5,000 from these.
Oh my gosh, I look very pretty right now. Can you give me some money?
Do you wanna be my American boy?
American boy.
Classic matchup.
What is wrong with these guys?
I know. I just can't with these two. Sat, where does FTR Bullet Club Gold rank for you as far as the year 2023? What would you say it would rank as far as the best matches of the year?
I felt like until this match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn cornered great tag team matches on television every single week. And I also do feel like had they been given 60 minutes, they can give something similar to this. But yeah, this is a spectacular match. FTR is a weird one. It's like, I feel like sometimes we overrate them, then we underrate them, then we just rate them in terms of how they are as a tag team. Until this match happened, you're like, oh, why are they tag team champions? Get the belt off them. It's quite boring, blah, blah. And then this match happened. You're like, oh, they're fantastic. All is missing is AEW is known for being a land of tag teams, but right now you're like, tag teams where? You know what I'm saying?
Everything's factions.
Like, these guys are busy.
Everything is factions.
Like
literally everything's factions.
The trios, yeah.
The tag team they're facing is not even a proper tag team. They're not even a tag team of the group. They're just a makeshift tag team because they had to be. They had to be a tag team because they only had each other. Yeah.
I think that's actually a credit to this match. That the fact that they're not a typical tag team. Like I feel like the FTR hype was very overrated when they were in WWE. I did not get it. I was like, yeah, they were great in NXT. I was at the start
now than before.
Most definitely they are.
I was never a fan. I'm sorry to cut you off, SBI. I apologize. Okay. I was not. I didn't see what everyone saw in WWE. I see it when they left WWE. That's when I saw it. That's when I was like, oh, I like these guys. I think these guys are great. I think they were dumbed down.
Shackles came off, baby.
Shackles, yeah, they were slaves.
The NXT stuff, they rode the coattails with the NXT stuff because you think of the DIY matches, the American Alpha matches, so you have that fond memory of what they can do. But obviously in WWE, like Bryan Danielson said, it's not really wrestling, it's just pantomime wrestling. So you just have to go with the flow. So in WWE, they teach you to do TV style matches where it's too safe. Yeah. Don't do your big spots now. Save it for the pay-per-view. So they had to wrestle like that.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a system. Of course, it's a system.
But in AEW, it's like wrestle how you want to wrestle. You want Meltzer to give them 5 stars. You better wrestle, boy. You better buckle up.
You know what? I can see that now that you're saying that. Yes. They wrestle for entertainment factions, and then they say, bring out all the good stuff for the pay-per-view because this is a pay-per-view. Yeah. Got it. And the live events, stupid, the premium
that's
live
why
events.
If you just watch Monday Night Raw, you would think John Cena only had 5 moves. Then you pitch Cena on pay-per-view with Kevin Owens, and he knows like 15 other moves.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the difference.
Because he was a one monkey trick. That's
no
why
matter how long you've been watching wrestling, you always can learn something new when you're having good conversation. because that's basic stuff, right? But if someone doesn't, because that's a formula that's been in place for decades. It's a decades-based formula. Like you kind of stay mid-tier for TV, and then you ramp it up for the money, for the shit you got to pay for.
Guys, also what I appreciate by the tag team match is the simplistic things they did in the match. FTR, what makes them valuable is they still about selling old school psychology. Wyatt's like the master of psychology in the ring. That's what's one of the best things about him in the ring. And like you say, Juice Robinson, being in the ring with 3 other great people, had to show that he can step up as well.
And he did.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. He was well-rounded in that match. Collision's done really well for Juice Robinson's stock. I remember when he first came into AEW, people pooed on his match against John Moxley. And I was like, you know what?
They pooed on his match.
There was. They did. And part of me was like, was Moxley having a lazy off day? He just, did Juice just come off the plane? You know them ones, something happened in that match.
Does he have jet lag?
For real. As much as I hate to change his song, because Jay White still has his New Japan song, and I think Juice's New Japan song is so much better than the generic country ass music they've given him on RoH, wherever it is. But yeah,
I agree.
Listen, Chosen One is a banger. Juice Robinson's theme is a banger. I just feel like spitting in people's faces when I hear that track. And he had a big old booty. That's what he's doing all the time. That's what he's hinting at. Them spit that come out of his mouth. Tony Storm must get it. You know what I'm saying? Tony Storm's laid back.
Eating out.
Listen, Tony Storm's so laid back, and you Juice is like a rabid dog.
Tony Storm don't be just doing squats in the gym.
Exactly. That beard of his. That beard of his getting some cream. You know what I'm saying? Back to the tag team match. Again, back to the tag team match. Yeah. If I don't want it every week because we got more wrestlers on the roster. That was a great showcase for FTR and great showcase for tag team wrestling. And it probably is the best match on TV. But then again, I feel like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's been having great matches every single week. It's just they had more time.
Level, though. There's a level.
They saved their good shit for the pay-per-view.
I always say this when I talk about like matches and people like to, compare matches. I'm just like, there's levels to this. Like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. I think they've been the tag team of the year. Don't get me wrong, because Aussie Open was on that path, and then Mark Davis went down with an injury, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just kept running, and they've been very consistent on TV. But there's just levels to this. Like
I'm actually sick of it. To be honest.
They will never get 50.
No, like Shackles, the Shackles guys.
But if you're gonna acknowledge the Shackles and not acknowledge the fact those Shackles will never be removed, then you're not being very valid to the Shackles. To say that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn could probably do the same thing if they had 58 minutes is kind of inferring that it is a fucking possibility that they would get 58 minutes. And it's not.
You know what? Okay. Pause for a second. Did we think that Seth Rollins was going to get a long ass Raw match he got once upon a time? It can happen one day.
The gauntlet match? Yeah, because that's the only long matches they fucking do in this fucking company.
It might be a gauntlet. We might get a gauntlet. So fingers crossed for a gauntlet then. And then we can see
a gauntlet title match?
Right. Why would we
So first of all, for WWE to run a gauntlet tag match, they would actually have to have enough tag teams to do it.
Oh, they can scramble something together. They can scramble something together.
Good luck finding enough tag teams to run a gauntlet.
You just reminded me of the fact that the last gauntlet they did, you know how long that went, Seth?
I don't know, 48 minutes.
17 minutes. That was pretty deadly, winning that gauntlet match on SmackDown a couple of weeks back. And you reviewed a damn show. I know you were off that week, but you reviewed a damn show. You should have watched it on replay.
Yes, boy.
A 17-minute gauntlet.
Yes, boy.
With 6 teams, yes. Hit Row was in the ring for exactly 5 seconds.
Pantomime wrestling. It's not really wrestling. It's not real wrestling. It's pantomime.
Coming out of Collision and Battle of the Belts, we got news to touch on. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports very little of the FTR versus Bullet Club Gold match was actually planned out before it took place due to various complications. Juice Robinson didn't arrive at the venue until 2 p.m. local time due to travel issues and delays, something other talent had issues with on the Canadian tour. Meanwhile, FTR had content they had to film, which kept them busy. They attempted to get the match moved back because it had a 6 p.m. local start time. Before it happened, the talent involved felt they weren't prepared to do a lengthy match, but did so anyway. That even ups it even more. As far as me, I would say both Ospreay and Omega matches. MJF, Bryan Danielson. Those are legit the only 3 matches better than FDR versus Bullet Club Gold in my eyes.
I agree.
For the year.
Yes.
Yeah,
for the year.
yeah,
Those are the only 3 matches that I can legitimately say with all honesty, I feel are better than that matchup. It's top 5 matchup of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's not going to be a match this year that's going to be better than Kenny and Ospreay. There's not going to be one. No. There's not going to be one.
Nope.
I've given up on that.
I'm not even trying.
Why do you even try? Why are we even having this discussion? This is not even. This is
no. It's not even a discussion at all. It's just where in the top 5 would it be placed? Not one. Not in. No. The match on Battle of the Belts, love. Not Kenny and Ospreay.
I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, why are we doing this? Like, this is ridiculous, guys. We've already said this already.
Krissi's getting annoyed about a match we're not even talking about.
Swerve Strickland posted to Twitter this week, noting that he is in the freshman issue of Triple XL magazine.
Double XL, friend.
Double X, excuse me.
Triple XL.
I said Triple XL. Excuse me.
Thinking
about other things. Double XL magazine. Congratulations to Swerve Strickland.
I know you've been in Connecticut for a little bit, but come on, you're from the Bronx. Get it together.
That's very, very dope for him to be a part of the issue. Usually has the top talents to watch in the industry, and he is a part of that.
It's actually really good. Yes, I was very happy to see that post.
It was recently reported that AEW held a talent meeting ahead of the July 8th episode of AEW Collision. When the report emerged, no details on the meeting were known, but now they are. Per Fightful Select, the meeting was reportedly not known about by the talent not at the arena, and those typically found on Dynamite more than Collision. We now know why that was. A large part of the meeting was said to have been about how Collision has been different from Dynamite since its debut, even to the point where many of Dynamite's detractors, whether it be Jim Cornette, Dutch Mantel, have taken a liking to Collision. The meeting was said to have been led by CM Punk, with several topics being brought up about how Collision could separate itself from what we see on Wednesdays with Dynamite, which included the finishes for some of the matches. The talent went over what was and what was not good on Collision, such as finishes, shenanigans, and more. And other subjects addressed were the promoting of AEW related projects, shows, and more, especially the Fight Forever video game, and the recent safety guideline changes were also covered during the meetings. But Punk, the locker room leader, you love to hear it, right, Krssi?
I love it. Great job. I hope you're not being a jerk and you don't prove these people wrong, okay? Stat E, please send me that link so I can have that. I need that because I need to be side by side by him.
I'll send it to you.
Satin Juice. This is the Satin Juice show.
Listen, he's my spirit animal. When he cuts promos, like I don't spit like him, but I'm like, if I was a wrestler, I'll be cutting promos like him. He's unhinged like me too. I can relate.
I love it. I love all of it.
He's the chosen one, guys. Baby, he's the chosen one.
Mind you, this is the first time in his life that he's done this. on any stream.
Yeah, just stay right there. Let's just up there stay. You gotta see both of you guys.
It's the first time ever.
We both like big booty women, you know what I'm saying?
AEW Collision. I mean, Rampage was last night.
Newfound respect is sick.
I don't even know what show we're talking about anymore.
Right. What we've
AEW Rampage 2
hours and we are still on AEW. We still got the climax. We still got
the show featured Darby Allin winning the Royal Rampage by last eliminating Swerve Strickland to earn a shot at the TNT Championship at AEW All
I'm
Out.
I'm so sick of them.
You also had the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass beat
Khan does not like black people.
Aaron Solo, QT Marshall, and Johnny TV. And finally, you had Chris Statlander defeat Marina Shafir to retain the TBS championship. But Krssi Luv is not happy that Swerve Strickland took another L. Let the people know.
He is yet another person that keeps taking like between him. I don't know who has the most, him or Ruby Soho. Probably him though.
He's gonna get the title. I think it's all building to him being the one to beat.
Which one?
The international one. He's the one. He's the one.
He's gonna beat Orange Cassidy final.
110%. It's gonna be him.
Okay.
And then probably him versus Darby for title versus title.
Is this the last AEW subject?
Yes, it
I
is.
hope so.
I'm only asking, not because I'm trying to be rude to AEW, because I don't get much time with Miss Krssi Luv. So I need this is for me. I need to know Chrissy's thoughts on the usage of Ruby Soho in AEW. I need to know this.
It's better than WWE.
Because they've done such a masterful job at giving her the biggest L's of her career at every juncture they can possibly get.
What? It's better than WWE.
It's way better. It's way better than WWE.
Me and the Brook have been catering together.
When she lost these matches in WWE, they usually only lasted 5 minutes.
2 minutes. What was a moveset in WWE? I don't know.
We're not comparing WWE because we already know that they're a bunch of dog shit when it comes to what they've done with so many people.
But you said AEW's been giving her the biggest L's of her career. No, the biggest L's of her career were her WWE career in general.
I'm just talking about like she just keeps getting the L's.
That doesn't even go together. What he just said.
Like you come over here to not be a loser, but you're still a loser. That's all I'm saying.
I think this L. I think you're taking this recent L a little too seriously because it does give her the best story to win next year's Owen because she's been to 2 finals.
Yep. Come on, SP.
Absolutely.
Now, don't get me wrong. I am a Willow stan. I love everything about Willow, but we just say that she had the audible when she won against Mercedes. 1, granted. 2. Now she had the ROH match with Athena. No problem. You just won this like how much can we keep giving her when we have other girls that need this kind of a like boost to make them seem like they're credible and that they can have opponents to go against them. If you're in this faction, there's no one really. I only think of Toni Storm when I think of this fact. Saraya
anyway. Yeah.
That's and I'm sorry. And I don't mean, again, I'm an advocate for women's wrestling. I am just saying that I am frustrated at the point of there's no returns and it's not making me seem like this person seems like she's credible and that she can be beat. That's all I'm saying.
My only, my gripe about it, man.
I need that one too. I want it.
There was dude, there was no point. What this?
JJ's trying to be serious, and this stat he's over here being an asshole. It's
because all of a sudden, for the first time in his life, he wants to show Juice Robinson some love for the first time, and now he wants to go overboard with it.
Is he quarter black? Because that tan and that hair, we need to talk about Juice. Is he Brazilian? Has he got a little black in him?
He's a little black in him.
He's ethnically ambiguous. He's ethnically ambiguous.
He said he's Brazilian.
Is he? He's ethnically ambiguous. Krssi, I sent it to you both on Twitter DM. You got both pictures, lovely. Both pictures there. Yeah. Is Juice got a little black in him? We need to talk about that one day. He's got a little mock in him. He must have a little
he
mock.
does not.
He's Panamanian.
That hair.
Can I just say?
No, he does not.
He's like Macho Man. I felt like he was like a mixture. I could have sworn Macho Man was black for 1,000,000,001 years. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, because him and Sicilian. Because fucking Terrence from Florida fucking brought him to the same tanning salon.
No, that hair though. You know what I'm saying? The hair color. There's something. He ain't completely white.
Ain't fucking hair, man.
He's like that hair too nappy.
Because his hair was not like his brother, so they probably got different mamas or daddies.
He's ethnically ambiguous. Ambiguous.
If you look at his brother and look at his hair, they had 2 different hair textures. Just saying, just the math was not mathing.
One final note from AEW: Vickie Guerrero is officially done with the company as her contract has expired.
Trash mom.
As reported back in February, Guerrero's contract was set to
technically
expire.
she didn't do anything anyway, so that doesn't even matter. You can just keep talking about other things.
It was set to expire this month as both sides have agreed not to renew the deal. Fightful Select has confirmed she is officially a free agent. She became the focus of headlines back in April when her daughter Shalyn accused Vickie Guerrero's husband Chris Benson of sexually assaulting her on a cruise that took place in 2020 before the COVID lockdown, which Vickie and Benson denied in a statement where they threatened to bring legal action. She has
her own daughter. Well, listen, she's Mexican, right? Why is she acting like she's not Mexican? Just get the chancla and just whoop her up.
You know, just smack her up, with the chancla.
Yeah,
with the chancla. Let's finally move on over to WWE here. WWE Smackdown last night. The show featured the rules of engagement, Miss Krssi Luv, for the showdown between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, where they decided the match will go down at SummerSlam, and it will be, according to Jey, a tribal combat match as chosen by the elders of the family, which means anything goes. And it's not only for the title, it is for the honor of the tribal chief. You had Roman have to take off his ceremonial necklace. Then him and Jey both embrace one another like they were getting ready to do battle, as they will be at SummerSlam. But Solo Sikoa went to attack and deliver the spike to Jey, who was actually stopped by Roman Reigns himself, which allowed Jey Uso to hit a super kick on Solo to end the show. Very good segment here. You had Rey Mysterio defeat Cameron Grimes, Sheamus, and LA Knight in a very fun four-way match to advance in the United States Championship Invitational against Santos Escobar next week, despite Austin Theory trying to cost him the win. Speaking of those two, later in the night, Escobar beat Theory.
Even dumber, yep.
In a very good bout to prove he can beat the champion. And you also had Charlotte Flair defeated Io Sky in a good match. Post-match, Asuka attacked Flair to stand tall for what I believe is the first time in this feud. Asuka stood tall. And finally,
you're not letting her cut promos.
You had Dominic Mysterio beat Butch.
Lord. You reminded me how bad this show was. Holy shit.
To retain the NXT North American Championship. I'll be honest, I thought this show was really good.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad show. It was a decent show.
The trial by combat
was really good. The final segment was really good.
The Fatal 4-Way was fire. It was until Rey Mysterio won. So Charlotte.
You can't even be serious right now. Look at this. This is how much of a joke this is.
Did we not see Charlotte react 2 minutes later to the scissor rana that Io did to her? Yes, they basically went on commercial break, and then Charlotte reacted to it. It was awful, bro. I couldn't even take the rest of the match seriously after seeing that.
Dude, the way I pay attention, like, I think 1 week I noticed that Charlotte does that when she takes her Conradas. She literally, it's the same facial and everything about her body. It's like she's doing a forward roll. Like, she literally takes a step and then does a forward roll. Like, it's no smoothness to it. It's
so
no smoothness.
Horrible.
It was at one point when she was coming off and she messed up. And I think Io I don't know what happened where they were supposed to do a flip and then it just missed and like she landed somewhere. It was just like so sloppy. It was just really bad. And I was like, these are two people that are really good. Like, you should not be doing these type of things.
So that was the funny part. Let me tell you what makes me say I'm throwing this, besides the trial by combat and that Fatal 4-Way was nice. I said throw the whole show away when they did this. Throw the whole show away. You have Santos Escobar have a one-on-one match with Austin Theory a non-title match for the U.S. Championship. And then next week, Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar is going to have a one-on-one match to determine who's going to face Austin Theory for the title when Santos just beat Theory. Like, what?
My guess is either we get one of two results. We get either Rey Mysterio giving the number one contendership to Santos Escobar because he's been all about propping up this new generation of the LWO, or Rey wins and we get a triple threat at SummerSlam.
But then, okay,
why did the Santos and Theory match happen?
Apparently,
why did that even happen?
To give him a win before he loses the number one contender.
Right, that part. That's what I felt like it was. I agree with you, SP. Because I sat here and I'm watching. And I'm like, what the hell is what is the point of this? One, I don't even know why we put Rey Mysterio in this match, but whatever. Fine, we have to keep putting him in matches. That's great, no problem. Two, he then wins. For you now to have the 2 LWO people go against each other.
Yep.
To face the person that he beat on the same show.
Because Paul was like, sure, we can have. Adam Pearce was like, yeah, we can have him go against you. He was like, oh no, not for the title. Then what are we having a match for? Like, that's stupid. Why are we having
Pierce nearly gave him a title match. That was so bizarre.
That was very bizarre. Like, why did you do an invitational just to give the title shot?
Pierce's character is racist because it was Bianca. Bianca can't do it. I'm sorry.
Nope. It was like black woman. Nope.
Yeah.
He was like, we gotta fill a quota for Spanish men. White man make demands? Sure. I'll give a Mexican a shot.
It's so bizarre to me of like how, and then the biggest person that comes out, you had Sheamus in this match. Sheamus had a good pop. You had Ray have a great pop. Who was the other person in this match?
Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes. Poor Cameron Grimes. But he was gonna be one that we already knew that he was not gonna win. So
man, they held him back for months because they were like, we gotta come up with an idea. We gotta come up with an idea for him. And they still didn't come up with an idea.
He's babyface. He's basic babyface when he's so much better than that. That's
so much better than that. And my son was like, this is only his second match. I was like, you're right. This is only his second match. He was like, and the other one was only like 2 seconds. I was like, damn, my 12-year-old is remembering this shit.
They're just gonna ignore the LA
Corbin's
Knight
gone,
shit.
isn't it? I think
it's just gonna ignore it.
Then he comes out with his own microphone. He stops the music, and they're like, yeah.
They're just gonna ignore it.
They're ignoring, and it's like, but Paul, you just said things happen to those who wait. So what the fuck are we waiting for?
You even got Michael Cole in the match asking, why are people even gravitating to LA Knight?
Right, like what are we doing?
That was dead ass had to be given to him by Vince. That was Vince asking the question because they don't get it. And the fact that there's fans that still don't get it, despite the fans being the ones behind him. I literally had fans who told me, oh, it's okay, it's fine, he didn't win that. Santos is going to probably win the title from Theory, and then LA Knight can win the title from Santos. I was like, but that makes LA Knight still a heel, so that means they don't get it. It was like, it'll be fine. It doesn't matter if they cheer him or not. I was like, yes, it does matter. It does matter.
What they're doing, this the ignoring of LA Knight it's so comical at this point.
And then once they finally pull the trigger, I guarantee you he will be flat on his fucking face. How much you want to bet that happens? How much you want to bet?
I'm on Twitter. That Boozer Wrestling guy said, ha ha ha, I said it before and I'm kind of tired of repeating myself. The department knows that LA Knight is capable of, but the strategy was always to go by the system and not just break it suddenly because the talent is abruptly over. That's why patience is key. He just put that 3 hours ago.
Which makes no sense to someone. You see,
just say "fuck you" on that comment, please. Thank you.
Yeah, like people are just you know what, like this. You know what? That's a WWE mark for you. That's a WWE.
No, he's an insider. He's a WWE insider that's been revealing stuff recently.
Okay, so he.
Okay,
wait.
Insider
doesn't mean he works.
Is just stupid. It's just dumb. Like it
doesn't mean he works for the company when you say insider.
He could be related to someone that works in the company. He's not being revealed how he knows, but he knows stuff.
So
yeah,
then he's still a
gotten
that
stuff
means
right.
you're a mark. You're a WWE mark. If you
Let's
don't
go with
work
that,
for
yeah.
They
them,
should have made
then
him
you're a
win
mark.
Money in the Bank because
Like-
we already knew that they were not going to pull audibles to make him win stuff. Because like right now, what Damian Priest is doing, look, I feel like they're building Damian and Finn to kind of somewhat get maybe the tag titles to have all of them have a belt in that faction. They won't give Finn a main belt, so they're gonna give him something else to just keep him
Don't
quiet.
say that. I think he's winning SummerSlam.
Yo, let me tell you. Yo,
Let's get into that.
Let me talk to you real quick, because you
got.
got this. Yo, you got the hottest person besides like anything going on in the Bloodline and the entire WWE, and when Seth Rollins comes out and they do his serenade, no one is hotter in the game in the WWE world than LA Knight. Not even Latinas wanted to see fucking Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar next week.
No.
Like, tell me when I'm telling lies. Like what the this match next week makes no sense.
Oh, you still on that part? Okay, no problem. I thought we tied past that a long time ago.
LA Knight was in that bubble. That's why.
Oh,
because
okay.
LA Knight should have been in the.
Y'all keep
match
getting
next
food. Y'all keep getting food.
I'm gonna
It's over.
Right, I'm gonna stop picking him because I keep getting
week,
screwed and I'm not winning. So I'm gonna stop picking LA Knight
it's over. Yeah,
because it's over for him. Because
it's whatever.
It's like last night proved to me that they just don't care. So now I'm gonna stop picking him because they don't give a shit about him and it's not doing me any benefits because
Krssi,
I'm losing.
that's what Vince wants. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I guarantee the time I don't pick him, he's gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna give a fuck.
With the Bloodline storyline perhaps nearing its end, hopefully not for WWE's sake, at SummerSlam 2023, WWE's successor to the captivating saga may have now been revealed. The Judgment Day have undoubtedly been the focal point of Monday Night Raw in recent months, and now the internal perception of the popular faction within WWE has now been revealed. According to RKD Wrestling on Twitter, WWE view the quartet of Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio as the successors to the Bloodline story, with recent viewership numbers indicating that the ongoing story with the Judgment Day could perhaps reach similar heights. WRKD tweeted, and I quote, WWE see Judgment Day as the successors to the Bloodline storyline in terms of fan interest and longevity. The Judgment Day segments frequently gain major interest in the quarter-hour ratings and will continue to be a center point of shows moving forward. So, what do you think about the Judgment Day being the successors to the Bloodline storyline? Krssi Luv, I already heard you make a sigh, so we'll start with you. Can the Judgment Day replace the Bloodline success? You're not going to answer me?
Oh, you're talking to me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry. Sorry. I was distracted. My son was talking to me. No, I mean, okay, see, here's the thing. I don't think that they'll be as successful. They can be success. It can be a successful thing or story, but it will not be this story. We will never get anything like this ever again.
No.
This is something that's been like in the making for I don't even know how long, and they will never ever have
anything. Before they were born. This is family. This is tangible. It's family. This is a bunch of a bunch of chavvy goths.
This is layers to this onion. These onions have different layers, and this onion is being peeled back slowly but surely. You understand what I'm saying? The Judgment Day, unfortunately, has only sought its successfulness as of a group right now. Mm-hmm. And not even right now, because one of the three don't even have anything going for them.
And he's supposed to be the leader.
And he's supposed to be the fucking leader.
Supposed to be.
Who's supposed to be the leader? Is it Finn?
Supposed to be.
Finn?
Supposed to be.
Finn the leader.
Supposed to be.
Finn.
That's all muddy waters.
I've been said it was Rhea.
It was Rhea.
Clearly, dude, damn, you start like clearly the leader is Rhea Ripley, but it was Finn was supposed to be the top guy of the group, but that fizzled really quick.
That fizzled really quickly once we found out. Once we got rid of Edge or whatever, we replaced him with Finn, which I had no problem with. However, I feel like you guys, if this is supposed to be a credible faction, another person that keeps getting L's on top of L's, this gentleman right here. Let's make this make fucking sense. If we're supposed to be a powerful faction, why is it that he keeps getting L's? Now, I understand that you wanted Seth to be the high runner, the front runner, whatever. Great job. But if we have a credible heel and someone that's supposed to take the reins of being a powerful heel, then why are we not making these people powerful?
In their defense, they said they had no leaders. They were all equals.
But they're starting. It looks like they're starting to work. But I think the question just is wrong. Like, I think because what they're doing with Judgment Day is I think they're actually making them a believable, powerful group. They're building that slowly. But there's no way on God's green earth that they're going to ever replace like the Bloodline. Like, it's not going to replace them. They could be successful.
Right.
Yes, they can be. But nothing is replacing the Bloodline. Once the Bloodline story is over,
you can replace them and not same level of success. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because John Cena is considered a replacement to Austin and The Rock. He never reached the heights of Austin and The Rock, but he definitely drew and was a success to the point that he was the person that filled the shoes. I think that it could become a success to a certain point. It's not going to become the Bloodline.
Sid, right. I think the word is the word.
That's been trying to say something. Sad.
Is the word we're looking for is fill the spot, not even replace, as in fill in the void that's going to happen. Yeah, like, you gotta fill. There's going to be a void when the Bloodline's over. You're going to be like, oh, I need a new faction to dominate the show, and that's when Judgment Day was going to fill in that role. I don't think they're going to be as successful as you say because there's so many layers to it. They don't have a Hollywood cousin that they've been begging to come in and have a WrestleMania match with Finn.
And they won't come. And he won't come. He's like,
exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So, yeah. But like you said, you know what? Yeah. Rhea Ripley, I do see as the de facto leader because she's the only one that actually takes the reign of the group. She's the only one that
she got all these motherfuckers in check.
She controls them. Yeah, she controls them in check. Right.
She's like, don't air dirty laundry in the ring. Don't air dirty laundry. Like,
we will take care of this. Like we will.
Exactly.
We're fixing this.
Exactly. I think we want to know if is Dominic and Rhea gonna smash in real life. That's what people care about in real life. If that's
you feel like they're gonna be like the real like Edge and Lita type story type line type of deal.
Listen, I don't want to get.
I don't think Dom and Buddy are friends though, but
right.
You know what, Buddy started it with Aaliyah. I bet Dominic the whole time was like, I'm gonna get you back, bro.
I'll get you back eventually.
Like I guess I do like what they're doing with the Judgment Day. I definitely like it. Like they're steering in the right direction.
Finn is gonna win. Finn's gonna win the title.
They're steering in the right direction, but the Bloodlines element is not just the Bloodlines element. Yeah, the Bloodlines element is not just. They're not just.
Finn, and I know he's gonna lose. Sorry, JJ. I apologize for cutting you off. Like you again, I'm stop picking the people that I feel like should win and they don't win.
No, Krssi, what I'm trying to say is here, what's the point of giving Damien the briefcase if the paranoia of Finn's champion at any moment Damien may turn on him, and that's the intrigue they want to do in the storyline. I assume that's the plan. If that's not the plan, then I'm gonna chuck a TV screen at Paul Levesque if I ever see him.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna potentially replace the Bloodline, then that can't happen because that means you're breaking up the Judgment Day.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
No, there's no way you stay as a group if I win the title and you take it from me.
There's no way. There's no way. You can't do that.
There's no way.
You just have to replace him. You just have to replace him. He's right.
Yeah, JD McDonough. McDonough would just clothesline him or whatever, and they just do a beatdown, and then Real get along, Dominic get along, and Damien's a babyface.
You're not replacing the Bloodline in any capacity. Because you don't replace Bloodline with just new members.
Just have any old body there.
There's a story element in the Bloodline that is irreplaceable.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Judgment Day.
But he did it to Edge, so therefore you can be replaced too.
Finn,
Finn. Edge is just they're movable parts. Yeah, they're movable parts. That's why they can't replace them.
Okay, I got it.
Irish blood.
We got ALW in the chat who says, no, JD cannot replace the Bloodline. We got Negro Buck who says it has the potential. Judgment Day is in a way better place than it was a year ago. It's just all about how they execute things. And we also got Curvin in the chat who says, compare Judgment Day to the Bloodline. One, the Bloodline bring in big rating TV, and second, Bloodline carry WWE, but the Judgment Day has been drawing good ratings as well.
Judgment Day, that's what they can be successful.
They can be when they allow them to be. That's the problem.
Bloodline success is a different level. This Bloodline success is a different level.
And I feel like every week they got another shirt that's out, but they don't sell the shirts when you're at the when you're at the events. Make it make sense, guys.
Like there was one piece of combat, there was one piece of physicality that happened on the Bloodline segment yesterday, and it was the best thing on the entire show.
Exactly. That's
one piece of physicality. It was the best thing on the whole show.
I enjoyed it when Bray Wyatt was back. At least you had Bray Wyatt and then you had the Bloodline stuff. You know, now it's just strictly Bloodline. When Roman's not in, the show suffers as a result. So I don't want the same to happen on Raw. I don't want Judgment Day to start swelling up the show and it becomes about their soap opera drama. No, that's when I'm gonna lose interest. There's space for everyone. They can do a segment, start the show, and probably end it, but don't make the whole show about them, please.
Honestly, Raw has been overall better than SmackDown because of it's more consistently good. SmackDown, what SmackDown needs to do is just do the Raw formula of build it around this stable, but then allow people to have good matches. That's simply what Raw has done. Raw has just allowed people to have good matches, and usually it's the better show in ring, whereas SmackDown barely has time for matches because they're so about the melodrama.
And they always show what happened on Raw or vice versa. It's like we saw.
No, I was quite surprised, Krssi Luv. I think this is the first time in weeks they showed.
We haven't showed.
No, but
Raw.
you see,
they don't do that. They always show what happened on SmackDown on Raw because they know those Bloodline recaps will get ratings. That's
but
smartly know that.
But SP, this is to a degree why I said I think the question is wrong because of the Judgment Day doing well at this point. They're doing well, like they're doing good. But once we now put them in the same sentence with the Bloodline, you're going to start dragging the Judgment Day through the mud, comparing them what they can't do compared to what the Bloodline can't, compared to what the Bloodline has done. Oh, Judgment Day ain't on that level. Oh, even in the comment section, Judgment Day ain't even on the level of Jey Uso. Like, we're already running Judgment Day down the ground, and they're doing great. Like they're doing great.
Yeah. And we have enough sample size to make to answer this question of can the Judgment Day replace the Bloodline? And I think based on the characters they have, based on Rhea Ripley, who can be the top star of the company in the same role that Roman Reigns is at, based on Dominic Mysterio being this heat magnet, Finn Balor being such a great performer, Damian Priest, who can be a great heel or a face. I think they can replace the Bloodline, but it will be a replacing in a way of Bret Hart replaced Hulk Hogan.
What I'm trying to get to you, I'm trying to read the comment section really fast and see how quick they all compare the two. Instead of acknowledging one. I know you don't. But what I'm saying is that's once that question poses, it becomes a comparison, not of what Judgment Day is capable of.
That's not our fault. That's not our fault. We're asking the question based on the report. The report legitimately said that WWE see the Judgment Day as the successor. If you look up the definition of successor, that means you are replacing somebody.
Succession.
So just ask
Succession is a great show.
It's the next person in line. That's what it is. It's the next person that's going to take over.
Ask the questions based on the news here.
I love Succession.
SP trying to start a fire in the comment section. Like, fuck Judgment Day. They ain't shit.
A couple of changes were made to last night's episode of SmackDown, according to our new report. As previously reported, WWE initially advertised Asuka finding out her SummerSlam opponents, which was pulled from the show. WWE instead announced the news on social media that Asuka will face Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair in a triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Go ahead. I was letting you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's not on the screen, but okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm just going over the entire report here, and you interrupt me midway.
Sorry.
PW Insider reports that Charlotte Flair was not originally slated to compete on the show, and the original plans was for Io Sky versus Zelina Vega on the show. The site notes that the word backstage is that changes were due to some talent being pulled for medical reasons. One story was that there were some people who tested positive for COVID, and that led to the changes.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm sorry.
The vid is still around, folks. The vid is still here.
If you watched last night's SmackDown, you would think it was NXT summer vacation because you saw a lot of NXT talent in crossover on the show. Several members of the roster, including the Cavender twins and Shawn Michaels, appeared on WWE Smackdown. Friday's show took place in Orlando, Florida, where NXT is based out of. So the show featured Wesley, Dragon Lee, Tiffany Stratton, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, the Cavender twins in the audience. In addition, Tony D'Angelo, Channing Stacks, Lorenzo, and the Creed brothers, the latter of whom lost a loser leaves NXT match recently, were backstage in a segment with Jey Uso. And finally, Shawn Michaels played into a segment that set up the NXT North American Championship matchup. And also on the show, we did see Trick and Mello get into a whole backstage segment with Bobby Lashley, which seems to be teasing a Bobby Lashley version of the Hurt Business, as he had a segment with the Street Profits last week, and then this week with Trick and Mello. And then also we saw on the show Bayley, which surprised some people, as she had been reportedly suffered an injury at a WWE live event on last Sunday. PW Insider reports that the Damage Control's member match with Charlotte Flair and Asuka and Bianca Belair was stopped at WWE Salisbury, Maryland house show, and she was helped from the ring by officials due to a knee injury. The outlet cites WWE sources as saying this is a legitimate injury situation and not a work spot. No details were yet made, but Bayley said on social media she'll be okay following the injury scale. She posted that on Twitter following the live event, showing her knee with an ice pack on it, and the star was seen walking out of the arena on crutches, according to fan photos. And according to Fightful Select, WWE sources said they are probably going to need to wait for the swelling to go down to get a better sense of any potential injury. But Bayley did in fact appear on last night's SmackDown, as she was once again haunted by Shotzi, who's been playing mind games on her during the Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky matchup on the show. Hopefully Bayley is going to be healthy, and hopefully the injury is not serious as it was to the same knee. Yeah, it was to the same knee as before. So that's never good.
That's sad. I hope it's okay.
Yeah,
hey, she was on the show. She was walking.
She seems to be fine. So yeah, them little tweaks and those aggravations, them shits hurt, yo.
Yeah,
them shits hurt. Trust me, I know from experience. That shit does not feel good. But then once the swelling goes down and you kind of feel like you're normalizing yourself again, you start to ramp your activity up a little bit more. Then you'll get back into what you do normally. Right. But that initial scare, that shit is scary. That shit is scary because you don't know what's wrong until like that pain starts to go down a little bit.
This is very, 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 very true. I've seen it with my mom. My mom had surgery on both of her knees because
they still have complications still.
Yeah,
every time it rains.
Every time it rains, or swells.
It's a different process. Yeah, the process is different now. Like you gotta. It could be a complication. It could just be something climatal, like a climate thing. Like it literally could be almost like anything.
Yep.
And you just gotta hope that it's just a part of you and not something that is new to you now.
Absolutely right. We had WWE Raw this week, did 1.855 million viewers. The show featured a main event that had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeating the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest in a great tag team matchup to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. You also had Rhea Ripley looking like an absolute badass as she laid out both Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan ahead of the duo losing the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship
Suckers.
to Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville finally being crowned. You also had
Even though they should have did this like how long ago? You give the belts back to them. It's just stupid.
Yo, that picture. Where's Riddle's pads?
Bruh.
Whoa! Gunther beat Matt Riddle in a hard-hitting affair. After the matchup, he challenged Drew McIntyre to go face-to-face, and the Viking Raiders defeated Alpha Academy in a very fun Viking rules matchup.
They must be. They're stinky. They must be.
Smell like wet dog.
Cody Rhodes got a big pop from his hometown of Atlanta, but then got his ass beat in front of his own mama by Brock Lesnar in his hometown.
WWE.
Before Brock Lesnar,
they cannot stand you to have your homecoming. I
Typical
swear.
WWE.
Before Brock Lesnar accepted his SummerSlam challenge, Sat, what was the highlight, low light for you this week from Raw?
Oh, what was the highlight? You know what? I really enjoyed the Viking rules match. That was a good match. And then the great crowd reaction for LA Knight's sister, who's also over as well, Maxine Dupree. and Titus should do commentary full time, man. Like, stop teasing me with this. He was one of the highlights of night 1 of WrestleMania. And, you know.
So you want him to replace Booker T on NXT?
No.
That'd be great.
I want him to Raw.
Great. That would be
fantastic.
Great.
Wait, you don't want Booker T on NXT anymore?
I don't need no Chucky Ducky quacks. Fuck all that dumb shit.
Chucky Ducky
let's not do that.
quack.
No.
He Chucky Ducky quacks for his slave master.
I can. It's tolerable for me. I can say that. I think that it's But what's
I like Titus.
I like Titus.
Okay, you're talking about Booker. Yeah, listen.
Booker is tolerable, you know.
No offense, Booker comes from a different era. He's the conditioning. He won't break the conditioning. So I'm gonna allow it. Like, he can keep the conditioning of how he looks at the business and how he talks, but he gave us too much. And then, you know, there's certain people that we overlook in terms of like non-black people. We overlook certain things that's imperfect.
You let it slide.
So for my black people, I'll do the same too. Uncle Booker, you can say whatever you want. You've earned the right to be wrong. You've earned the right to be wrong.
It's okay, Uncle Booker Tom.
Yeah,
it's okay, Uncle Booker Tom.
Don't do that. Don't do what Fareed did to Ahmed. Let's not do that. I'm trying to remember the most. Chelsea Green, congratulations. Who thought that Chelsea Green will have a better main roster run than Candice LeRae? But look where we are. She hustled.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. No, they don't give a shit about Candice LeRae. They didn't give a shit about her. They don't even give a shit about her husband.
Ooh.
So what I also like is it took me on Monday to realize this, and everyone else said it as well. That the tough enough connection between Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. So I like the fact, they go way back. Yes. And then again, Chelsea Green, fantastic job. We saw Matt Cardona taking pictures backstage trying to beg for his job again. He's like, have you seen me on the indies? I'm doing good. If Matt Cardona sees this and blocks me, I'll understand why. I've never been blocked by a wrestler, but I understand why. But yeah, Chelsea Green's a highlight for me, man. She's got personality. 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, basketball. I was like, this.
And you could tell that they're all trying to like not laugh.
Oh, listen, Liv was like, you know. And what I love about Chelsea Green is she's 5'7". She's the same height as Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying? She can be imposing if she wants to be, but she does the comedy really well. You can put in any slot. She adds to the division. You know what I'm saying? You look at her character, you're like, she may not win the big title depending or whatever, but she adds so much flavor and layers to the character. Basketball. And then the Viking Raiders and Alpha Academy is a nice mini feud. It reminds me of
their feud. Yes, that's a good like mid card, lower card feud.
Because a lot of people saying, "Oh, the Viking won." I'm like, yeah, War Machine was a thing back in the days. They're a legit tag team. The fact that they finally got a gimmick is actually working, because I think the issue is they've gone through 5 different gimmicks. They went through like the friendly fish out of the water, Vikings. Then they tried the vicious Vikings and it didn't work. And then they brought back Smelly Feet Valhalla and then put them together, and it's working. This musky team is working.
This musky team is working.
For me, I don't know how I could like walk on the Just
hey, they committed to the gimmick, Valhalla is here. Smell like fresh kippers in the morning.
It's like Matt Riddle, like he wrestles with no, he doesn't have anything on his feet. But
he's another one. Yeah, he's another one, bro. And he's trunks nowadays.
Yes.
I mean, you also got Solo doing the same shit.
But Solo at least has like
he got them tape on the bottom. He got the tape on the bottom.
No, it looks like he takes care of his feet. He's Samoan. They take it. He'll get cussed.
Athletic
He'll be like,
he got
a little crust on that. In it. He be like, you got a little crust on the back of your feet. Nah, cuz you better put lotion on that. He's Samoan, and his wife is black. You think his black wife will get him
I hate walking in the crib barefoot, let alone a fucking performance.
Oh, we got SummerSlam news coming out of this week's Monday Night Raw.
I mean, it's 2 weeks away.
PW Insider reports that the Undertaker will actually be in Detroit for SummerSlam weekend next month. However, he has no one dead man show set for that weekend, so it's unknown what he'll be doing. If anything, WWE has plans to hold a tryout that week, and they will likely film material for the WWE Network. Also, in the latest episode of Impulsive podcast, Krssi Luv's favorite, Logan Paul, was asked, he said he asked WWE to put his match so he could leave early. The reason for this is because he wants to go watch his brother Jake Paul fight Nate Diaz on the same night in Dallas. Paul is likely to have a match with Ricochet.
Wait, so this doesn't know. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Damn, my bad.
It's okay. What happened?
So wait, he wants his match to be first, so he can go see his brother. So he's gonna fly from Detroit all the way to Dallas.
Yes, he's going to take a private jet. SummerSlam takes place in Detroit, and a flight to Dallas takes 2.5 hours. Paul noted that the time zone shift may make it barely doable as the clocks move back an hour once he enters Central Time Zone, and the boxing match will likely start at 11 p.m. Central.
That is tight as hell.
I mean, tighter than tight. Like
Jesus.
You got people, flights is getting canceled, and this, you know what? Let me keep my mouth.
Is he taking a helicopter?
He's
taking a private jet. He's taking a private jet.
He's either barely gonna make it, or he's gonna barely miss it.
Facts.
He's just
I really could give two shits if he make it or not. Fuck you. Okay, go ahead to the next story.
WWE announced this week that tickets for WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia will go on sale on August 18th. Of course, the event will take place from Lincoln Financial Field on April 6th and 7th. Someone who won't be there is someone who just recently left WWE, Eric Young, ahead of Slammiversary. Fightful Select reported that Eric Young actually left WWE a few months after he signed after asking for his release. He was recruited back to WWE after Triple H took over creative, who wanted Young back in a wrestling capacity. He left Impact in October and then signed with WWE a month later. As it turns out, he asked for his release in April, around the time of reports about his status. He was granted his release and finished his 90-day non-compete clause last week before he made his return to Impact Wrestling at Slammiversary. According to sources, Young made his request to leave WWE after the announcement of the Endeavor's deal with WWE, and the reason is because Young did not want to work with Vince McMahon, who is back in charge officially. Young reportedly had quote-unquote moral, creative, and personal reasons why he didn't want to work with McMahon. WWE had creative plans for him after WrestleMania, but it's unknown what. Young has opened up about his decision to exit WWE and his return to Impact. He spoke with PW Insider's Mike Johnson, and on leaving WWE for Impact, EY said, "It was not a super difficult decision for me, to be honest. I know it was a dream come true going back for sure. The contract was fantastic and all this other stuff. What I was poised to do on the TV show was excellent. But in the end, I would have had to answer to somebody that I'm just not willing to do. That's where we ended up now. Like I said earlier, I'm a believer in fate, and everything happens for a reason. I'm not mad about it. I'm not bitter about it, just like I wasn't last time. Obviously, it's a massive mistake on one person's part, but a huge gain for wrestling. I'm still very good at this, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, something that I work myself to the bone trying to make the best possible outcome of each thing that I'm handed to do. So I'm excited for the future, and I'm always working on other stuff. The reality is wrestling, you can't do it forever. I've got tons of other interests outside of wrestling, and wrestling is my first love. It will always be one of my biggest passions in my life, and I think it's the perfect creative medium for anybody that loves sport and loves cinema, and those the two things that I love most in the world. So for months, we've been talking about how people would react to Vince McMahon being in charge. And for months, we've been under the understanding that Vince McMahon is in charge. And finally, we have the first person that made the choice to leave the company based on what Vince McMahon didn't want to work with Vince McMahon. It's Eric Young. What do you think about Eric Young's decision, Krssi Luv?
Stand by, he wanted to be underneath Paul. He did not want to be underneath Vince, and I totally understand it because Vince has a totally different outlook on things than other people do. He's still very old school. He's very like, I want to do entertainment stuff, and some people are not with all of the entertainment stuff. They love wrestling, and they just don't want you to pull the wrestling from the entertainment. So with that being said, he was like, you know what, I can go somewhere else. It's fine. No love lost. It's all good. For me, I can't do it. And I respect all of that.
Shop Guy JJ, would you turn down the bag for your morals as far as working with Vince McMahon?
No, absolutely not.
How much is the bag?
Absolutely not. No, I'm not. And I'm personal testimony to turning down bags to work for people that I don't want to work for. And they're not even halfway as poisonous as a Vince McMahon. So, sometimes you if you're in a comfortable place, like if you are in a desperate place, you're going to have to do what you got to do. But if you're in a place of, you're stable, you can live your life, you can enjoy things. I'm proud of Eric Young for choosing his sanity and like his own beliefs.
Like what you did there.
Yeah, and his own beliefs,
Oh, that's who that guy is. Oh, okay. I was like, who the hell is he?
Wow,
it's Eric Young.
Wow.
EY TNA original. He used to be scared of his own pyro. Then he went psycho. He used to be Woda Lee. He went from
Super Eric. He was ODB's baby daddy.
But dude. At the end of the day, man, if you're able to choose where you're comfortable, not where you have to answer to something that you're gonna despise. If you're able to, because there's some people that they're not in the position that they have to go to where they don't want to make a living.
This is very true. Final WWE note before we finish up with NXT. There were plans.
Also, can I say something? Also, 3 words. Poor Nikki Cross.
Yeah. Oof.
Poor little ting.
They're like, take off the mask.
Are you talking about Shorty that got choked out in 6 seconds?
Yes. But Sat, that's a great segue to this last note. That wasn't the plan for Eric Young, apparently. There were plans earlier for a new version of the Wyatt family stable, according to a new report, with Eric Young planned for the group. Fightful Select reports that plans were set in January for a new version of the group that would have incorporated Wyatt and Bo Dallas, the latter of whom has played Uncle Howdy since Wyatt's return to the company. And Young was set to be involved with the group with plans to kick off the group following WrestleMania. The plans never came to fruition due to Wyatt's being put on the shelf with a previously reported undisclosed illness. In addition, Young had asked for his release before the angle had even started, due to his having creative and moral reasons for not wanting to work with the returning Vince McMahon. Young's spot in the stable are said to have likely put him in a significant position in the company. Alexa Bliss was pitched to be part of the group at one point before her maternal leave, though those plans were scrapped when it became clear that she wouldn't be around for the year. The report also notes that prior to their 2020 releases, Young and Mike Bennett were both pitched to be involved with Bray Wyatt, although the pitch only made it to Bennett and not Young, and the pitch was made more than once, including an area at one point for Bennett to portray Sister Abigail, and the pitch did not get far enough to have any set plans in place, and Young quietly exited WWE in the spring with his non-complete completed, made his Impact Wrestling return at Slammiversary. Sat, any comments on Eric Young in Wyatt family?
I wouldn't have minded because I had assumed if the Wyatt 6 thing was gonna happen, who would be one of the guys in there. It was rumored Vincent would be involved and Dutch. So I wasn't shocked. I was thinking they brought Eric Young back for a reason, either a sanity reunion because Nikki's not back to being crazy, or the new Wyatt 6 thing. Eric Young leaving, I think, is more to do with the fact that he knows that the writing was on the wall. It's kind of like I should leave before I get kicked out, sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Come on.
Another budget cut thing, and
exactly. He's right on the wall. He was like, hey, he'll be like, hey, pal. Imagine if Vince went, hey, pal, I'm gonna make you world champion and give you X amount of money. Would his morals compromise then? Nah. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Eric Young, but when he talks, I'm like, wrestlers, they don't have morals. Why are we lying? Unless he's the first guy in history to actually have legit morals. I think he knew. I was like, I ain't gonna get a push here. I've been sitting at home fishing, catching bait, paying child support to ODB, but they ain't using me.
I mean, that's part of life, man. Knowing where you're valued at. Like you know your value, you know your place. And
so he's not
this
stupid.
Is my place, and I'm
it sounds better. I left them. Cheer me.
Yeah.
I got morals. And he goes, I'm back, Impact, even though I don't want to be here. I'm back. I died. I'm back. Resurrection sucks. I'm back.
Impact ain't the place.
Exactly.
And it's like these motherfuckers done murdered me. Done shanked me last time I was here.
No, I think he said, I'm leaving. He goes, you always come back. No. Scar, I'm leaving. Trust me. Kill me. I'm leaving. Okay. And I was like, I'm back. Take me back. I'm sorry. I left them. But yeah, to go back to Mike Bennett, playing Sister Abigail. No, I'm sorry. Nah, you butchered my boy. Before he went to WWE, he was can't miss prospect in Impact Wrestling. One of the gold is shining. Like it seemed like
too.
Of course. Of course, ROH, that's where, that's why I discovered him, ROH, you saw, okay, he needs to get to something like WWE. Then Impact was a great introduction for people that never seen ROH. Then you're like, put him there, the Miracle, Maria Kanellis doing long-ass promos, just do all of that on the main roster. And they butchered him, they cucked him, and then for a lot of people that don't know how great he is, that's all they remember. Because unfortunately, it's like, that's like an imprint in your brain. It's like a shit stain that you can't wash away on the washing machine, no matter how much you try. That's what you remember him for. Bold and cucked. Because he used to have hair. But then they bowled him and they cucked him, even though he's in great shape, and he's stuck in a tag team forever. Even though at one point he seemed like to be destined a world champion. I would put money on it back in that day. But yeah,
his tag team partner is a former world champion, and he's
bro, the Miracle.
The Jannetty of the group. Again, even I like Jannetty. The Jannetty of the group became world champion. But anyway, yeah, Mike Bennett dodged the bullet. Wyatt 6, they're always going to try something with Bray Wyatt. And then for me, undisclosed illness means bullshit, creative differences. I don't believe that. How long does it take? Say it now. Undisclosed illness, contract negotiations, renegotiation, or creative control issues. They're like, who brought him back? He's fat.
Whatever we can think of.
The magical illness that's going to last like 3 years before they
How long
until his deal expires.
No offense, last thing I'm gonna say, for someone to be ill for that long, I should be worried now. I'm worried for him.
Yes,
because he's been ill for a while, right?
Yes,
since WrestleMania season, he's in his deathbed.
He's been sick since what? He's been sick since what? 2020.
Exactly, and he'll pop out another child miraculously in that time period as well,
and then had another kid since then.
Exactly,
it ain't hurting his dick. WWE NxT
laying that Wyatt pipe.
WWE NxT is the last show.
I do not condone all of the words or things that these guys are saying. I'm just sitting back here.
Wyatt pipe, but I ain't feeling. But I'm sick.
NXT did huge numbers. They did 746,000 viewers. The show featured Dominic Mysterio in the main event, beating Wesley thanks to an assist from Rhea Ripley to win the NXT North American Championship. You also had Tony D'Angelo had his homecoming party after getting out of jail and set up an NXT Tag Team Championship match against Gallus for Great American Bash. You had Los Lotharios had an impressive showing and an awesome tag team bout where they unfortunately lost to Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier. Yes, they did tease their breakup after the matchup. No. And then one final news note for NXT, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE officials are said to be very happy with the numbers for Tuesday's episode. In particular, they were happy with the quarter for Wesley versus Dominic Mysterio, as well as 72% increase in 18-49 from last year. Finally, it was pointed out that the final quarter of the show had a similar amount of viewers to AEW Dynamite and actually beat last Saturday's AEW Collision. Adding main roster's talent to the show is seen as a success, and now that Mysterio won, the Judgment Day will likely appear more often on NXT. So
Tony's gonna sign Dominic Mysterio, and then 6 months later, I feared you in NXT. I had to get you here.
These are victories now. They beat AEW Collision. These are victories now. You gotta be fucking. You gotta
beat Collision. We beat Collision, though. That's what they're gonna say.
We beat the show that happens on a Saturday night where the most social life takes place.
Hey,
and
Saturday.
No,
Saturday.
No, you know what's happening? Dominic is like, like, what show's Body on? Fuck that show. Fuck his head off. Like, I'm fucking you. Fucking that show.
Fucking Tuesday night show. That nothing's going on. There ain't shit happening on a Tuesday.
Krssi, any overall thoughts on Dom winning the North American Championship?
At first, I was like, nah, they're not going to pull it. Then I was like, no, they're really going to do this. They're really pulling it. I'm not mad at it, to be honest. I am not mad at it at all. A lot of people are very, very upset that Dom is the North American champion. Like, it makes sense, though. Like, right, they're really, really upset and crying about this. I'm not mad. I think it's actually really good to, like, it's now, yes, SP, like you said, we have to get his in-ring work better, but as far as Heat is concerned and like what the stories are, this is actually this makes sense. You understand what I'm saying?
And it doesn't make sense. Solo got stripped of the title, but Dominic can hang on to his. Make it make sense, WWE.
They both get one title defense on the main roster. Then Dom's going to have to relinquish the title on NXT this week.
Yo, Ali needs to do something.
That's where that's where it gets all fuzzy, because it's like so we don't have the women's tag titles no more because that was destroyed. So now it's gone and it went into the air. But we can have Dom that's on the main roster come over here and win, and then the very next 2 days later go on Friday and then now defend the title against Butch. Like, where's the disconnect is somewhere. But I'm not mad at that he won. This is great, for him. I like the interaction between him and Tony D'Angelo. That was really funny. And he's like, "Oh yeah, my homeboy told me to say." He's like, "Oh yeah, I know, I met him, and He's
like Benny, good
Benny,
good dude,
good Benny, good dude.
He said Benny, good dude.
I thought that was so funny. We're still doing this whole like
from the bumper.
Yep.
That was great. It was great.
That was good stuff. So yeah.
All right, New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax, 33 days, 2 through 5. Don't worry.
I have to touch on that part. Not that I hate New Japan. It just
no worries. No,
Climax.
We're literally rapid fire set. Don't worry.
I'm staying
Day
here.
2 through 5. Day 2 featured Jeff Cobb beating Tetsuya Naito, Eddie Kingston defeating Shingo Takagi in an absolute banger. You had Zack Sabre Jr. defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi in a technical wrestling clinic, and David Finlay beat Tomohiro Ishii in a physically intense encounter. Day 5 saw your boy Will Ospreay defeat Yoshihashi in a fabulous this bout. We also had Kazuchika Okada beat El Phantasmo in the main event. Yota Tsuji and Ren Narita went to a 20-minute time limit draw in another even round of the Reiwa Three Musketeers Derby. Day 4 saw an absolute blistering encounter as Aaron Hanare defeated Shingo Takagi. Tetsuya Naito beat Hiroki Goto in a good matchup, and Tama Tonga defeated Tomohiro Ishii in a rock-solid main event. Day 5 saw Sonata beating Yota Tsuji in a worthy sequel to their Dominion main event. You had Kazuchika Okada defeat Tai Chi in arguably the best match of the tournament so far. An excellent encounter here. Will Ospreay beat Kenta in a good contest, and Shoto Umino had arguably the best performance of his entire tournament in a splendid 20-minute time limit draw, the third of the G1 so far, against Kaito Kiyomiya. So some really good stuff. The Three Musketeers with the time limit draws have been a story so far of the tournament, but day 6 will be tomorrow morning on NewJapanWorld.com.
What time do you have to get up for that one, friend?
5 a.m. Those are tough.
Oh,
Those are tough.
Okay.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Tough wake ups.
ROH,
They didn't just have ROH TV this week. They had ROH Death Before Dishonor last night.
What?
The show featured absolute history being made as Krssi Luv. We had only the third ever all African-American woman main event in wrestling history, and the first ever in Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
About time Ring of Honor. Used to be ring so white. I couldn't even find a black person there. I had to go CZW. How disgusting it used to be.
Athena defeated Willow Nightingale in a fantastic main event to retain the ROH Women's World Championship and continue the forever reign. Claudio Castagnoli beat Pac in a tremendous bout to retain the ROH World Championship thanks to help from Wheeler Yuta. Post-match, Lucha Bros came down to check on Pac and reunite Death Triangle before squaring off with the Blackpool Combat Club, and this all ended with Best Friends coming down and Orange Cassidy orange punching Claudio Castagnoli. You had Aussie Open defeat Best Friends, The Kingdom, and Lucha Bros in an exhilarating 4-way bout to win the ROH World Tag Team Championships. Samoa Joe beat Dalton Castle thanks to an assist from Stokely Hathaway to retain the ROH World TV title.
Where's the damn stuff for this match at, yo? You be having everybody else stuff right away. Where's our damn verdicts for this stuff?
You talking about the points?
Yeah.
Call out Romeo. Say
that's what I
directly.
just said. I didn't hear Romeo. Sorry. I said Romeo. Where the hell are the points at?
There you go. And you also had
this one. Shit,
Dark Order defeat the Righteous in a wild fight without honor that featured Legos. Yes, Legos was my favorite weapon of choice. ROH TV
Legos
on
are
Honor
hard
Club.
to step. If you stepped on some Legos, friend, it's horrible.
I
don't step on them ever again in life.
You never want to ever in your life. You think, they're like thumbtacks for just toys.
ROH TV on Honor Club. The show featured Dalton Castle beating Shane Taylor to win the ROH World TV Title Eliminator Tournament final, and the Kingdom beat Darius Martin and Action Andretti, Workhorsemen, and Bollywood Boys in a Death Before Dishonor preview. But Death Before Dishonor, I would suggest going out of your way to watch it, especially the main event, Trinity and Willow Nightingale. Even though Trinity should have fucking won. What are we doing? Ring of Honor keeps giving. Willow Nightingale should have fucking won. This is the third time in 2 pay-per-views that Ring of Honor set up for the babyface to win the title and then had the heel win. They did it twice as Super Card of Honor with Joe beating Mark and then Claudio beating Eddie, and then they do it here with Athena beating Willow. This was Willow's night. Willow should have won. Damn robbery.
How much more shit do you want Willow to fucking win?
I want Willow to win everything.
You know what? Yeah, Krssi,
right,
let it be her year. Because that first victory when she won the title was quite awkward. I'm like, she wasn't chosen.
She wasn't supposed to win.
You're right.
And they booked her like she wasn't supposed to win. They're like, Julia, I know you hate America, Julia, but you speak good English. Come in with the title for us. Julian never wants to come to America. She came to America.
Willow, but I just feel like okay, she won the Owen Hart thing.
Good, finally, she finally won something on purpose.
If she didn't win the Owen Hart thing, I would. If she didn't win the Owen Hart thing, that's why I did not pick her. I was like, she just won the Owen Hart thing. She's not beating Athena right away. They're not going to give her 2 victories in one fucking week.
Why not? They did it for
They
Roman.
could have. They did it for who?
Roman Reigns. They gave him all the belts. Give her all the belts.
Stat Eve, we're talking apples and oranges. Stop it.
Hey, he's speaking the truth. He's speaking on facts.
I am not
facts out here.
Nick, whatever. Fine.
But both of you, I love you guys, but check this out. Athena champion for 2 years or 3 years. Well, how about that? Like a Samoa Joe reign.
I'd be down for it. I'd be 100% down for it. I ain't gonna lie at all. Athena has been
wait for Billy Starks to get older. Right. Like, Billy Starks gonna end the title reign, isn't it? It's gonna be Billy Starks.
I'm just saying, let's just think about
in 10 years.
Go ahead. If you would carry around both of these belts, right? Like, let's just think of the reign. Like, she had the Owen Hart thing. Really does. I mean, like, let's just.
She don't have to carry around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She does
she needs the title. She needs the title to carry.
That's just like a collector's item that you just put in your house. That's just what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
So what I'm saying is like, I feel like they was like, all right, we're gonna give you this one, but we're not gonna give you that one.
That's not a good reason. Not a good reason.
Okay, fine. I'm just okay.
Yeah, Triple Mania 31 Tijuana last Saturday. The show featured El Hijo del Vikingo defeating Kenny Omega in another sensational main event to retain the AAA Mega Championship. You also had QT Marshall beat Pentagon Jr. in a wild brawl. For what reason? I don't know.
No.
Also, last Saturday, you had Impact Slammiversary. The show featured Alex Shelley defeating Nick Aldis in a very good main event to retain the Impact World Championship. Post-match, Josh Alexander shockingly returned to confront Shelley and let the world know he is back, baby. You had Lio Rush beat Chris Sabin in mere minutes to win the X Division Championship. Speaking of the X Division, Kushida defeated Alan Angel, Speedball Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, Kevin Knight, and the returning Jake Something to win a very fun Ultimate X match to become the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. Soap Culture beat
something very nice.
Yes, Soap Culture beat ABC, Moose, Myers, and Sami Callihan and Rhys Swann in a fun 4-way matchup to win the Impact World Tag Team Championships. Eric Young made his return to the company to reunite Team Canada and with Scott D'Amore to defeat Bully Ray and Diener. Kenny King beat Joe Hendry to win the Digital Media Championship.
Masha black on black melanin on this whole weekend. I'm just saying, hello. This black magic was real out in these streets. Just letting y'all know that shit.
Josh Alexander, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly, now known as MK Ultra, beat the Coven to win the Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Championships.
Name, but okay.
No, MK Ultra is mind control drug.
Masha and Kelly Ultra.
I smoke weed. I don't do those other things.
And Trinity defeated Deonna Purrazzo in a solid bout to win the Impact Knockouts World Championship. And you had on Impact on Access TV this week, Josh Alexander return promo was interrupted by Alex Shelley. Then Lio Rush suggesting he would invoke option C. We had Soap Culture defeat ABC thanks to interference from the Rascals to retain the Impact World Tag Team Championships. And Jonathan Gresham seemingly indicated he was leaving Impact Wrestling following a sit-down interview. Nick Aldis confronted the returning Eric Young to set up a showdown between the former Impact World Champions for next week. And Dirty Dango beat Santino thanks to the returning Johnny Bravo. And Jinx Something defeated Kevin Knight in a very good bout. But some sad news for Impact Wrestling fan. Nick Aldis has finished up with the company and is departing after the recent TV tapings. So is Ziggy Dice. Aldis was on a short-term deal through Slammiversary, so he is now finished up with the company. When Aldis left NWA, he was one of the many names that WWE had interest in. And in an update from PW Insider Elite, numerous WWE sources have confirmed there is high interest in the former NWA and Impact Wrestling star. So there you have it.
He has no respect for himself if he comes in as an agent. He has no respect. He's only 36.
Stay away.
Listen,
stay away.
For him to work with Mickie James' other ex, who's also 36, you're like, Kenny. Oh yeah. Oh hi.
Wait,
yeah,
say that again now, friend. You just said what? Mickie James? What?
Mickie James, used to be engaged to Kenny Dykstra of Spirit Squad, and she cheated on him with John Cena, and he got cucked and depushed and fired.
Well, that's some messy shit right there. Damn.
And then he's younger. Kenny Dykstra still can wrestle if he wants to.
Haven't Matt Hardy and Edge taught anybody anything, guys?
Nope.
No. Then John Cena dumped Mickie James, put on a different show. Then she got fired because she got a little bit too clingy on John.
Because he was with Nikki.
No, I love when Seth just starts blowing Krssi Luv's mind with these facts that he has in his head.
His first lady, right? And then he was like, he didn't want to get married. That's when he got Nikki Bella. Gotcha.
I think last time Sat was on the show, he let Krssi Luv know that The Rock's mother was adopted, and now this time he just let her know that Mickie James, Mickie James and John Cena are both cheaters. But that brings us to the end of our podcast here. So it's time for Miss Krssi Luv's favorite part of the podcast, which is Match of the Week, which we give you the best matches that we saw this week. I will give you my 5 to start everything off, and everybody else will follow along after that. And let us know in the live chat your matches of the week. You can give 3 or 5. I'm going to give 5 because there was a lot of wrestling this goddamn week. Honorable mentions for this week. I got to go with MJF and Adam Cole versus JAS from Dynamite. I'll also go with Punk versus Ricky Starks from Collision. But number 5, man, there's so much wrestling this last week. Number 5, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston versus Shingo Takagi from... No, I'm going to go with Aaron... Yeah, I'm going to go with Shingo Takagi versus Eddie Kingston from the G1. Number 4, I'll go with Kenny Omega versus El Hijo del Vikingo from triplemania. Number 3, I'll go with Blood and Guts. Number 2, I'm going to go with Kento Miyahara versus Natsuhiko Nakajima from Pro Wrestling Noah One Night Dream. Great matchup. Didn't talk about it, but had to mention it here. And number 1, FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. Top Guy JJ, I know you got to run. Let us know your matches of the week.
Yeah, I didn't see half as much wrestling as you did, probably.
You never do. It's okay. No one does.
Absolutely not. Let's see. What did I enjoy? I don't even know if I could go in particular order. I know number 1 for sure was the tag match. FTR and Bullet Club. Number 2 to me was Blood and Guts. I did enjoy. I had a lot of fun watching Adam Cole and MJF against JS. I had fun watching that. I never seen a bigger pop for a tope and a double clothesline in my life. So I got to show him some love for that. Besides hating the outcome, I really did enjoy the Fatal 4-Way match on SmackDown to kick off the show yesterday. I'm gonna be missing a match at some point. But always good to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a ring, but that match was not that great. All right, I'm staying at 4. I'm not picking a 5th.
That's fine. Krssi Luv, what's your matches of the week?
Okay, so number 5 is going to be Golden Bullet Club now. And
Bullet Club Gold.
Bullet Club Gold. There you go.
Bang Bang Gang.
Bang Bang Gang. Yes. So that's 5. Number 4 is Ozzy Open versus all the other guys because Ozzy won.
The 4-way tag.
That one. That's ROH, 4. Yeah. Number 3 is going to be Athena and Willow. Number, where am I at? 2 is going to be Sammy Guevara, whatever. Yep, Daniel Garcia, that one. Him. MJF and Adam Cole. And then number 1 is the main event from Dynamite. That one.
Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts.
There you go.
Blood and Guts.
Oh, wait, no. Honorable mention to Chris Bay No, wait, take one out. Fuck it. Take MJF and them out and give it to Chris Bay, and because Chris Bay and them should have won that one from.
So much great wrestling. I didn't mention Okada and Tai Chi. I love that match. Hanare versus Shingo. It's going to be a lot of wrestling this summer.
Yes.
Folks.
Happy birthday, Annika. I didn't know it was your birthday. You're a Cancer?
Yes. Happy birthday to Annika, one of our favorites in the chat. Hope you had a great day. Hope we entertained you. Hope we entertained you for your birthday.
Boy 5.
We got Negro Fuck who says number 1 FTR versus Bang Bang Gang, number 2 Blood and Guts, number 3 ZSJ versus Tanahashi, number 4 Eddie versus Shingo, number 5 Aussie Open versus Lucha Bros versus Best Friends versus Kingdom. Man, there was like 3 or 4 matches I could have named from Death Before Dishonor on this list. It's a hard week. Sat, finish us off. What's your matches of the week?
I watch even less wrestling than all of you collectively, so my list will reflect it. Okay. Number 1 is Blood and Guts.
That's it.
Number 2 is the tag team match from Collision. That was good. Number 3, I like the Viking Rules match. I'm putting that on there on my list of best match of the week. It was entertaining for what it was. Do I have a 4 and a 5? Oh, the Fatal 4-Way from SmackDown. I really like that. I'm gonna put that.
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was. I even like the match with Chelsea Green and then when in Sonya Deville. That was an honorable mention. I thought that was good too. So
and
the women's matches.
I need to end it well on number 5. Bloody hell, because I watch less wrestling.
You still had 5, so it doesn't even matter.
Still got 5. I have to have something from ROH, so I'm knocking off Eddie and Shingo. You can be in my honorable mentions. I'm putting Athena and Willow. I got to show the black woman love history.
Yeah.
That's right.
Black people are beautiful. Show some love. Yeah.
They want to be us so badly.
They do. Without the burden. They want lips like us. They want us like us. They want babies like us. But they don't want the burden.
That's when we exit stage left. Thank you guys for joining us.
It's been great, guys. Happy Saturday.
This has been one of the funniest episodes, and a lot of that is down to having Sat on the show. So I want to thank you for joining us for Tru Heel Heat 235. Set, let the people know where they can follow you on social media, where they can see you on WrestleTalk. Let them know.
At Set Next to on Twitter. That's only on Twitter. Every Saturday, you can find me on the WrestleTalk YouTube channel, WrestleTalk News and WrestleTalk Podcast. And yeah, and that's it, man. I'm about. Holla at me, man. I watch a lot of films as well. Is anyone up for Barbenheimer? Is one excited about the Barbie film and Oppenheimer? Anyone excited about that?
I want to see the Barbie film.
I was like, are you combining 2 names together? And then I just realized you are. But yes.
It's called. Listen, it's called Barbenheimer. They put the 2 films together as a collective superpower. Watch both films. You don't have to choose. We don't do apartheid like South Africa. No, put it together as one. Show some love.
I did not know that they were doing.
It's got its own Wikipedia page and everything. Barbenheimer.
I know he's lying.
No,
sorry, not you, my kid. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, I know he's lying. Sam looks so offended. Top Guy JJ, let the people know where they can follow you on social media, sir.
On Instagram and Twitch, you can find me at Tru Heel _Top Guy JJ. On the YouTube channel here, I can't wait to get back into it with the guys on the Tru Heel Heat Sports channel, and hopefully, if time permits, be able to join for these watch-alongs in the coming weeks, because I know there's a lot of wrestling coming up and all these events and shit happening. As far as this podcast, you will probably see me at some point early, middle of August, probably. Can't say early. First week of August is already planned out. So always great. Fulfilled my promise. Got the 2 weeks in. Back-to-back weeks. It felt like it was on here a lot, but no, it's gonna kind of see it.
You made back-to-back shows longer than the normal time.
Yeah, you did back-to-back shows where we have enough extra time. We could have had a 3rd show.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. That's pretty incredible. That's pretty impressive. just saying. So that's wonderful. And I was on more on time last week than this week, but actually was on time. I was here before Krssi. I was here before Krssi this week. It's always awesome kicking it with you guys, and then having Krssi on here was always great. SP is literally the Seth Rollins here every single week.
He is
so
Seth Rollins.
he's here every single week.
Best watch machine.
And this babyface sellout over here, I still love him to death. Even though he's been bought, he's been purchased. Even though he's been purchased,
I should be the bull.
Make sure. Just word of advice for the next month. Make sure you're washing them ha-has. Make sure we're good in that department. And then I'm waiting for them shirts. I need that shirt from Baby Seth to come at some point.
We have shirts.
He wants the stinky ha-ha shirts. Stinky ha-ha shirts.
Gotcha.
Krssi Luv. Where can the people find you?
Yesterday we did Dark Side of the Ring, SP and myself. So please check out that latest episode of Abdullah the Butcher. Other than that, Servant Face of Hill is back tomorrow. Not sure how much content we'll have for you to speak, but me and my tag team partner Stephanie Hypes will give you everything that we've got. Other than that, our flagship show, Tru Heel Heat, here every Saturday, 11:05 a.m. We are here. Other than that, you can catch me on IG, Twitter, and on Facebook, Krssi Luv _1 or Tru Heel Krssi Luv. And that's it. See you there. Be squared, friends.
I mean, you done save stuff in the chamber for tomorrow. Apparently, you told us here. So,
oh yeah, I mean, I let a little bit of it go because you guys, asked
she
me
ain't
all the
done.
questions.
She ain't
So,
done. She ain't done.
Exactly. She frightened right now.
Once she get back with Stephanie, it's about to be a wrap.
Because Stephanie's gonna try to sugarcoat it, and I'm like, no, fuck all of that. I'm gonna give you the real shit, and just she's gonna like sugarcoat it down a little bit, and like, no, I just want to be nice. No, give them the real raw dog shit. Yes.
It's like I love when Krssi.
The fuck just happened?
Wait, what the heck happened? Who had the power to kick him off?
Wait, did Krssi? Did you just kick him off?
I promise you, I didn't touch a thing. No,
they
John.
give you some power. You kick him off?
I did not do it. No, I promise you, I didn't touch anything.
This is some ominous shit. Do we got the?
Are we gonna sign off?
Krssi, I think you need to sign off.
Yeah, go for it.
I think you need to end.
There he is.
Let's not end it. We need him back. We're gonna end it.
Like, I was just trying to sign off. Like, goddamn, why do you have to?
I didn't touch you. I didn't do it. I promise.
I'm talking about StreamYard. I'm talking to StreamYard.
Oh,
follow Krssi Luv over there. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and even TikTok at Tru Heel Heat.
Oh, we got a TikTok now?
Oh my
snap.
God. Oh my God.
I got a TikTok dance on there. Hey.
Talking out here in these streets.
To like some wrestling shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you could follow us at patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you in the door. The Tru Heel Heat Prediction Championship, additional content, plus more to come. And want to thank you all for joining us. Remember to drop a thumbs up on the video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you are new. Thank you so much to Sat for joining us. Thank you so much to Top Guy JJ for returning the past few weeks. Thank you to Miss Krssi Luv. Me and her will be back next week for Krssi Luv, for Sat, for Top Guy JJ. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat 235. Blood Slam Grade 1 Judgment. We are signing off until next time.
Later.
So long,